1. Yes. Hello. It is us back to you with another thing. Hey, Gabe, explain why we're in a not great mood right now.
OBS fucked up and didn't capture any audio.
We were doing such good bits too. You understand how funny we were at the bits that weren't recorded?
I don't know, I think the 10 people that watched this know that we're not funny.
Well, fuck them. Fuck them. Unsubscribe. Get out. Get out.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Superman and Fantastic Four. We were going to talk about Superman when it came out, but timing was weird, so we didn't really have time to do it. But we are back here now to talk about both Superman and Fantastic Four. We will be clear as to when we start talking about spoilers for each movie, but do be warned, we will spoil the shit out of these movies. So if you have not seen them, go out and watch them.
Yeah.
They're fun times, so yeah. But you know what? You were probably going to do that anyway. Well, maybe not for Superman or Fantastic Four. Who knows? We'll talk about the box office later. But it's a weird time to watch a superhero movie.
Maybe you want us to the dinosaur movie, or maybe not.
Maybe the dinosaur movie's doing really well, as we all thought.
Heard it wasn't doing as good as you think it would be.
It's better than every other Jurassic World movie.
Really?
That's not worth anything, but it is.
No, I'm saying money wise. It's not doing as good as you think
money wise.
Yeah.
It's doing about as well as people thought. It's not going to hit $1 billion, but
yeah, well, people expect $1 billion.
People expected $1 billion clean. It'll get close. It'll get closer than both Superman and Fantastic Four will. It's already at $700 million, so it's gonna get close. Yeah. Regardless, it's made enough money to justify 2 more sequels. So, and I'm sure the toys are selling. But
yeah.
All right, let's move right on to Superman. We're doing a lot faster on this one. But yes, I had to unfortunately cut you off when you were talking about this movie because I noticed that the audio wasn't capturing. It was pissing me off. So, sorry. Restart.
There we go again. Right. So, God, I don't know how to start on now. It's so strange. I had a whole thing going on, but the momentum is gone. I gotta pick it back up now. Okay. So this movie, I didn't think it was that great. I also think it was that terrible. Compared to I wasn't expecting much out of it. The movie itself, nothing good or bad, but based on what I was hearing, I was at least going in knowing that people were saying it was good. So there's that. I did not walk out of it thinking it was that good. But like I said, I also didn't think it was very bad. Pretty middling line, probably worse than good, but at the same time it's not nothing that makes mad other comic book movies. For me, it's a little bit of a shame because this is a new movie in this new universe. DC's restarting all over again, you know. So you would hope that they would have a soaring great send off to this new universe. To me, that wasn't it. So it makes me skeptical for what's next to come. But at the same time, I am keeping my mind open for what next is to come. So yeah, didn't hate it or anything. There are definitely moments in this movie where I'm scratching my head, but there are moments of genuine greatness in it too. Better way to describe it is it's a movie that has clap moments and then a why afterwards. That's my take on it right now.
Yeah. My take on Superman is that I walked out of it feeling very uncertain as to what I was feeling, because this is a movie that makes me feel a lot of things, and we will get to that when we talk about the comparison between the two movies. But I I went into this with very lofty expectations. I think, because we talked about this afterwards, and I mentioned it a few times, but I went into this movie thinking that it was going to cure me of my comic book movie boredom. I went into it thinking that it was going to, like, give me hope and, like, save me from whatever slump I was in with these movies. And it didn't do that. And granted, I'm starting to understand that I think that was just an unreasonable expectation. I don't think I should have put that on this movie.
A little bit.
But I unintentionally did. And it took me to watching it a second time, because I have seen this twice. It took me to seeing it a second time to kind of understand where I sit on it. I am not entirely dissimilar to you. However, we are in a very wide range of degree in terms of where we put our scales here on this film. I certainly enjoyed it. I had a very good time. Like I said, this movie makes me feel a lot of things, and some of the things that it makes me feel are so intense. Like, there are moments in this movie that I feel so deeply and that hit me at a very, like, core level. There are things in this movie that nearly brought me to tears multiple times because they're so whimsical and so wonderful. And then there's moments where I kind of just sit there staring blankly at the screen and go, okay. And we'll obviously get into it. Like, I'm at a weird gradient scale with this movie at the moment. I'll just spoil my initial score for the movie now, because now I'm very uncertain. My initial score was like a 6.5 out of 10. Which is going to sound sacrilege to, like, everyone listening, because 90% of the audience is loving this movie, and I can totally understand why. I see it. I feel it.
That's kind of sounds sacrilege.
Huh?
Compared to what compared to what I'll give it.
Well, yeah, it's going to sound sacrilege regardless.
Well, that's sacrilege. Mine's like, I don't know, like
yours is a
death sentence.
Yours is a dead on arrival take. But
give me a prison sentence, like you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna get the strap, bro.
No, it's a strap.
You better get some aloe vera on there. But I don't know, man. With this movie, I really don't know. I will say I definitively love about, like, a few aspects of this movie, and it's why I'm so conflicted on it, because I'll just spoil a little bit of what I feel about Fantastic Four. I like Fantastic Four a good amount, but I don't feel as much watching it as I do when I was watching Superman. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, Fantastic Four just feels more competent, but it doesn't feel as, like, energetic.
It's not as big of a swing as Superman is. I think Superman is a bold movie to make these days in terms of, like, comic book cinema and generally in cinema. It's a bold movie to make, and it's requiring a lot of trust from its audience, and it both pays off and doesn't, I think. But
depends on who you ask, I guess.
I guess it depends on who you ask, but I think this is a movie that I ultimately respect more than something like Fantastic Four. Despite me walking out of Fantastic Four feeling very positive things, I ultimately think that Superman is a good sign of good faith, rather than Fantastic Four being a fleeting moment, if that makes sense. And
More the future than Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Because no spoilers for Fantastic Four yet, but there was a moment in there where I'm like, I would be so much more excited about this if I didn't know it was around the corner.
Yeah.
Which is an express alternate feeling to say what we would have had about the MCU 5, 6, 7 years ago. if this is what they were doing that long ago. Not to make this into a big MCU discussion that we'll probably get into when we talk about Fantastic Four, but it's just kind of there's a lot of revisionist history when people talk about the MCU, and it's starting to really annoy me. And generally, revisionist history just upsets me in like the first place. But it's a thing. With Superman, though, I think it's just because it's not a fully clean slate, but because it is a new start, I'm willing to be a little more open than the more reserved, nature I was going into Fantastic Four with. But I think I ultimately came out feeling more excited by Superman. And we'll talk about it when we get into spoilers, but there are things about this movie that I absolutely adore, and I think it would be the same for you, ?
Yes.
For one, this is not I think we can start getting into a little bit of spoilers now, but for one, I absolutely adore David Corenswet as this Superman, and I'm quite of a fan. I would say this is probably my second favorite. This is probably my favorite portrayal of the character in cinematic form. I would ultimately say Christopher Reeve is probably the more concise and iconic Superman, but I think this is the most clean an interpretation of Superman has been since the Christopher Reeve interpretation, that Richard Donner film, because I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Man of Steel. I'll talk about this movie because there's a lot of direct comparisons to make. And I would absolutely say that something like this made me feel more like I was seeing Superman rather than something like Man of Steel or some other interpretations of the character.
Superman actors kind of like consistently just get like a bad, like just like they don't get the right opportunity a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. It's a hard character to bring to screen. I think it's a tough character to truly sell.
Like live action wise.
I think so. I mean, think about how many times it's failed. We've seen it.
Yeah, I'm saying I might reference the animated shit a lot because
Well, when we're talking about this, I want to make it obvious I'm referring to live action Superman. In animation, he's a lot. I wouldn't say he's easier to bring to screen in animation.
God, no, a lot more. You say it's hard. It shouldn't be hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It shouldn't be hard to bring Superman to screen because again, it's been done before, and in some cases, like I hear Superman and Lois Lane does it pretty well too.
Superman and Lois is great.
Yeah, I see that does it like pretty well too in that way. So it really shouldn't be that hard. But I don't know. A lot of cases is like you're either get like a bad misrepresentation of Superman, like Man of Steel did, or you just get a boring plain character that's just playing an homage play to Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh.
Like Superman Returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's frustrating.
He wasn't playing a character. He wasn't playing a character. He was just playing like.
He was doing impersonation.
Yeah, he was doing impersonation. Doesn't really get anything out of that.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
Whereas Corenswet is allowed to play like a complete new version of the character.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the optimism he represents, the type of energy he brings to the role, how earnest it all feels. There's a lot of sincerity in this movie, and I think that Corenswet is like the prime vessel for the sincerity that he brings to the role. He is playing it as clean as possible. And yeah, both times I saw the movie, I just walked away going like, yeah, this guy nails it. He's great as this character. I think the core three actors, between David Corenswet as Clark Kent Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I think they are all exceptionally cast in their roles, and I think they're great, and I want to see more of them. It's kind of the other stuff where I kind of take a little bit of issues, and I think it could be
most good casting all around in the movie.
Yeah, it's a good cast. Yeah, there's one key standout among the other characters that we'll talk about, but
yeah,
I think I would say Yeah, let's get the elephant out of the way. James Gunn. So this is it. This is a James Gunn movie, and
Yeah,
it's hard not to tell.
yeah.
He's
Can't help
playing with all
himself.
of his toys, and there are some moments where I think it really works. He's a very sincere writer. He's a very heartfelt writer. He cares very much about emotion and that stuff rather than plot as like an as like just a random word to use. But the moments in this movie where they really lean into that sincerity and that heartfelt earnestness, I think, is where it really works. Like, we both really liked or maybe not anymore, but I personally really liked the Pa Kent and Clark Kent scene.
I still do. That's
And
the best part of the movie.
that very much taps into like the point of the character and what he was trying to say with the character. And it just really tugs at the heartstrings and really works. And there's a couple moments like that throughout the movie, like with at the ending sequence where they do that little setup and that payoff with he likes to watch videos of his parents. It soothes him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's instead of Jor-El, it's in like Laura-El. It's the Kents and videos, like home videos of the Kents while he was a baby
Yeah.
or as a kid.
All that stuff is all that stuff with the Kens is really good. I just wish there was more of it.
Yeah.
I think kind of a mistake the movie makes was not involving the Kents more into it and not having them be like a core value as to why he is the way he is. They take it from, they have it be from Jor-El and Lara, who are like, you're this because we said it, which I know the point ends up being like it's not them that matters, but like I didn't get much out of like the Kent's influence going into Clark as to his values.
I disagree. No, finish your point, but I do disagree.
Yeah, it's just because they didn't involve them that much, and most of what we got out of it was the Pa Kent scene, and him seeing them in the video by the end of the movie.
I think
And if
there's a very key moment that shows what you're talking about. That's not either of those moments.
Hmm?
I think it's the scene where Lois brings Clark home to the ranch, and he gets put on the bed, and you have like Ma and Pa standing over him, watching over him, and then you have that perspective of Lois walking around Clark's room. And I think that is very much indicating to like, oh, this is what made this guy who he is. It's this room, it's these people. I think it's more because you're using it as because it's from the perspective of Lois. We're kind of getting it, cluing into what it means for her character. But I think that is telling of Clark as a person and where like his motivations are coming from.
well, thing is that's always like that should always like kind of like be the case with Superman, like how he gets his values from. What I feel like about that thing in particular is that as much as it is informative to that, I think the movie would have benefited more from giving us more of the Kent's perspective as well. It just feels so underutilized, and those scenes that we talked about, the part with them and with Pa Kent and Clark talking, and then the end, and like you just mentioned, that scene, they are good, but it would have been better without the self-isolation of those scenes being as they are. Would have been more if they were like expanded on, which I don't know, probably leads on to a longer movie in a way.
Yeah. This movie could have benefited from being like 20 minutes longer. Maybe not at least, but like at most 20 minutes could have really helped this movie.
And yeah, that's to show it works in the way that shows that he has very loving parents. I definitely understood that, but as to him being a superhero, it was strange how neglected it felt compared to them talking about Jor-El and how he influences him to be a hero rather than the Kents. Because I understood that the Kents loved them, of course they did. But as to like example of the very first movie back then, that one scene with Clark and Pa Kent talking, how he tells them about like what his powers mean and what he could do with them. That's like a one and done right there, and then he dies. But it's very effective in sort of like informing how what type of hero he becomes, and you also have the influences of Jor-El in that movie, but they align really well compared to both of them. I feel like as in this one, you got more of the loving side of the parents, but not so much the side of him, being that heroic hero that the Kents inspired. I don't think you get enough of it. You get it mostly from Jor-El as we see it. For like a missed opportunity in a way.
Well, then if that's the case, then if you believe that you don't get quite as much to infer that like the Kents are what motivates this Clark to do good, then where does the line that Pa says where he goes like, oh, what you thought the rest of that message meant says more about you than it does about them.
Yeah, that tells me a lot about Clark himself.
And is it not to be taken that he was instilled those values from his life with the Kents?
I mean, if you're gonna say that, like, it's the fact that it's a message that they say it there. It is a message that says, "Hey, you should be good," and and like the message itself is like its own thing because it's kind of contradicted in the message itself with the whole harem thing. But yeah, from what I understood from that was Clark himself, because he didn't hear the rest of the message.
He only inferred what it meant.
Yeah. I mean, he heard the good stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'd say would be enough.
He just assumed that the rest of the message was
Yeah, and of course you would, like any normal instance of like hearing a message, you would hear, oh yeah, I get what they mean, before the rest. You would surely assume that the rest is just more of the same. I think any person would. Yeah, it just felt like a missed opportunity in that end, which this is disappointing because I like the Kents. I like them a lot. I like how old they are.
I like that they were just normal people.
Yeah, they're just old normal people. Like it was really funny seeing Ma Kent screaming, yeah, and the phone.
Yeah,
I don't remember what she says, but
she was like, "Hey, Clark,
hey, Clark,
just wanted to congratulate you on that front page story." Like her like yelling into the phone. Them just being just like normal country bumpkins is like it's refreshing compared to what they're usually presented as, which is like more American Gothic. Like they're instilling like these super moral, like philosophical ideals, whereas these Kents are just normal good people.
Wait. That's more like Snyder doing that shit, right?
Glenn Ford was definitely doing a bit of that in the original Superman. Like not to the extent that like Kevin Costner was doing it.
He didn't make it complicated.
Yeah, he didn't make it complicated, but it was still like a very moral, like prophetic. It was not the overindulgent, complicated and contradictory statement that Kevin Costner makes. Because like I get like to talk about Man of Steel a little bit. I do get what the idea of what Costner's Pa Kent was going at. The problem is they sacrificed the moral compass of the character to make that point. Because the idea is...
should let the kid die.
Yeah. Because the point is, I want to protect my son, and I know if he reveals his identity too soon, that's going to make him an outcast. And I don't want that for him. I want him to be accepted. I want him to be loved as I love him. But then he immediately goes and says, so what? Or then Clark goes, should have just let them all die? And he goes, maybe. And it ruins all of what he's trying to say. It ruins it so immediately. Yeah, and I don't see the... Like, cause in comparison to what Pa Kent says in this movie, something I love about it is that it feels almost like a ramble. He's not entirely sure what he's supposed to say there. He's just kind of saying something to get to the point.
I love how emotional Pa Kent in this movie.
Oh, I love it. Well, as soon as Ma Kent's like, oh, don't worry about him, he's a big mush, especially when it comes to Clark, and you just see him just like crying at the idea that he might have just lost his son, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this podcast. I'm gonna love this guy.
More of him.
Yeah, and that speech he gives, yeah, just like your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are.
I am so proud of you.
Yeah, and let me tell you, son, I couldn't be more proud of you. And I that shit shook me to my core. That shit almost made me just weep. And I was like, God damn you, James Gunn, why do you do this? It's there's some genuinely like fantastic writing in this movie. I want to talk about Lois.
Lois?
I mean, you have not really said much about Lois. I really liked Lois in this movie.
Lois Lane?
Yeah, I liked how much of a flip she feels to compared to Clark. Because like her core like characteristic in this movie is that she is a honest journalist. Like she's trying her best to do her job at the best as best as she can. She seeks truth all the time. Whereas like Clark's more about like justice. Her thing is truth. She's always trying to find the truth. And I just really liked that they focused so much on like her journalistic aspect. I thought that was a really cool thing to do with the character. Not that it's never been done before. She's always been a very competent journalist. Unless, well, maybe not, maybe Adams, but like I very much was getting not Margot Kidder, but like I was seeing somewhere I was like, oh, she could overtake it from Margot Kidder. Like she's that slam dunk of like a interpretation of that character. I really like.
Give her one good movie, and then we'll give her one more movie, and we'll see.
Yeah, but I think Rachel Brosnahan is excellent in the role. She's fantastic. I think she does a great job.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah. Her chemistry with David Corenswet is great too.
Yeah, they're very good together.
Yeah. I genuinely believe that these two are genuinely in love with each other. Whereas I couldn't think that for a second about Henry and Amy.
No, this is really attractive.
Yeah, they're just two hot people, so naturally they should hook up.
Of course.
Yeah. And in this movie, it's like, no, I think these people do have actual chemistry. Yeah.
It's funny because they start in the movie dating compared to to Men of Steel, where they have the chance to build it up,
and it just doesn't work.
It's not.
Yeah. And then there's the Lex of it all. I thought that was gonna be the most slam dunk of the performances. I think it's pretty. I will say that as soon as I heard that Nicholas Hoult was playing Lex Luthor, I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna kill it.
Yeah. He's a great actor.
He's a good actor, and he just seems right for that role. I don't know how you feel about this interpretation of Lex, but I thought this was a very interesting modernization of the character, and
I'll go ahead and finish up.
Oh, my point was essentially just going to be I'm really happy that we have a villain who's just evil for the sake of it. He's just a bad guy. He's just an absolute shithead. He does not have some sappy, sympathetic motivation. He's just an egotistical, envious motherfucker, and I love that. I don't need complications all the time with my villains. I don't need them to be Thanos.
I didn't hear about White Daddy beat him up and God was in there.
I don't need that. I really don't need that all the time. I don't mind it. I just don't need it all the time. And I really like that this Lex Luthor was just a dickhead. He was just a fucking asshole. Just a petty, petulant asshole.
Yeah.
I do think there were some writing similarities, in how James Gunn wrote this version of Lex, and then in comparison to how he wrote the High Evolutionary. I think is an interesting crossover.
He snaps a lot.
He snaps a lot, but also I think these two characters are just evil assholes for the sake of it. And I ultimately think I think Lex is better written than the High Evolutionary, but I don't know. I think we could talk more about Lex in this movie.
He might be. I don't know. High Evolutionary isn't that great.
You know, I do like the High Evolutionary. Ultimately, I would say.
I like the performance of it.
Yeah.
Really helps.
But yeah, how do you feel about this version of Lex?
I'm a little more iffy on Lex. On one side, I like I like how much of a hater he is.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely helps in that case. Those instances, like the performance really just like seals his hatred towards Superman, and it's believable in that way. I'm a little more iffy on like his strange way of saying it, how powerful he himself is. Like he's very smart, as we know, as Lex usually is, but he's got like infinite resources, enough to like destroy the world. Like, this might be an issue of itself with like the world building aspect, how big they start off, but like the fact that Lex Luthor makes a fucking dimension just casually is insane to me. Like as a way to start off your villain, the fact that he is this OP already and like somehow loses, and I'm wondering how well does that like attach itself to him being spiteful of Superman when he's like he himself is basically the most powerful man on Earth, not like physically wise, but like
Well,
he's just
not,
like he won't.
it's not about pure like physical power or like monetary power. It's also the power of public perception. People like Superman more than they like Lex, and that eats at him deep at his core because he's an envious person. He wants to be on top. He wants to be the one everybody looks at and admires. But that motherfucker's right there, and he was gifted by God himself,
Taking the spotlight.
Taking the spotlight from him, and that just can't happen in Lex's world. That just cannot happen.
I kind of wish they showed him more of like the post perception of Lex then.
Yeah.
This movie has kind of an issue with like the post perception of a character. Like suddenly they hate Superman and then they don't. I want to know the thought process behind them not liking Lex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like what good has Lex done for Metropolis in the world?
It's clearly public perception or public knowledge that he's an arms dealer and he deals to Yarhanpur, or not Yarhanpur, to Baravia. So it must be if they're publicly traded company because their dealings are just available. You can find them. So maybe that knowledge is just out there, or it could just be like a real world thing where like people just generally don't trust tech billionaires anymore. The extremely wealthy, or just the world currently has a much different perception of the billionaire or the tech billionaire than they did, say, 40 years ago when we had Lex.
Well, I'm wondering,
that original movie where like a rich man is a powerful man, and that is seen as like a good thing. Whereas today, the rich man, the powerful man, is like a slight. We don't like that.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering because in that case, as Lester for himself, wouldn't he want to make his public image more approachable as a billionaire?
Possible, but he's also so hateful of Superman. He's willing to do anything. So,
like, I'm kind of thinking like Homelander, like
works.
I'm kind of thinking like Homelander, like how he himself is like very obsessed with his image that he hides away his true intentions until they start to snap to the point where he breaks.
Homelander is a different type of envy, a different type of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like insecurity is the word.
Yeah.
Like, because Homelander needs everyone to love him, but he's not going to like.
Well, let's not forget he got jealous of Quinn, Starlight, and the Nazi girl.
Oh, Stormfront.
Yeah, he got jealous of her to the point where he almost like killed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, like the perception.
It feels a little different though.
I'm not comparing them too much to each other. I'm just wondering about the idea
Homelander
of
has
like
the power to act on it. Physical power, meaning.
Well, I was gonna say, Lex could beat Homelander's ass. Not with his fist, of course, but like with his
No, he needs
own with
that
his own
tech.
power, everything he has, his tech, his mechanized girl, and pocket dimension.
Hmm.
Truly makes me wonder, how far did you go with Lex? If you were like, I think you might have gone a little too far with Lex in that aspect of having him be essentially God. Like in the face of Superman, usually Lex himself feels small because of his capabilities at that time. He's not, you know, not as strong, wealthy, or resource like filled with resources like he usually is. But that does like the fact that this is like in the middle of the universe maybe comes into play with that, which is why I would like to have seen an order story with this movie.
Yeah, that is kind of a point that we reach where I think we both kind of wish this was more of an origin story. And not that like I need to see the backstory again, I need to see
No, but
the
like the
Krypton
starting
explode
point,
and all that, but I think something more like a year in Superman would be,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah. Maybe
a little more
start out like a year, or
interesting.
maybe a few months. Don't start out too wild with like the possibilities and capabilities of your universe immediately. Because damn, the fact that that's just some guy can just create a pocket dimension that can destroy the Earth, it's like, damn, that's your main villain already. How are you gonna top that?
Hmm.
Yeah, I like it when my villains start out a little more in a way grounded or contained before they go up and up in terms of like their scale. Like Loki, for example. Loki and Thor was relatively small compared to like what he peaked into as a villain.
Hmm.
So so yeah, I'm like iffy on Lex in that point as to like his capabilities and like how much that gets into the way of like his power and his hatred of Superman. Started out a little too big. I think you could have started out small with his capabilities before having him grow into a person that would like build a pocket dimension down the line.
I just wonder if it's more of like a all that power and he still is envious of Superman. Because it also is like not necessarily just like a public perception, but it's also a physical power level. Like
Yeah.
he's just better than him, and that drives him mad.
I wonder how if they'll ever lean into the fact that Lex doesn't just hate Superman because of his envy. He hates him because of what he represents. Because of the
Yeah,
repetition of like
it's the failure of the human body, the human race.
yeah,
It's
I'm wondering if they'll ever come to that because Lex is a big fan of hard work. Like usually, like
yeah.
in comic books, he's like a big fan of that.
Well,
That's the way.
he kind of hints to it in his big speech at the end of the movie, where he's like, yeah, like oh, like at least Galileo did something.
Yeah,
I think there is something there that can be explored, but
definitely.
yeah.
You know that Lex kills his parents and then earned their inheritance before becoming rich as fuck.
So
That was like
you're telling me he's a nepo baby.
what?
You're telling me he's a nepo baby.
He's a nepo. No, his parents weren't like super wealthy.
Yeah. Well, part of
Yeah,
Lex thing is that he's a self-made man.
yeah, exactly. He's self-made by killing his parents.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Like he worked to get where he is, but also I think part of that is like because this Lex is like in his 30s, right? So for someone to be
Around.
that young and have that powerful of a tech company is not as seen these days. I think like the youngest CEO we have is like Zuckerberg, right? As like an immediate comparison point.
Right.
And he was young, obviously, when he started Facebook, but I don't know. That's just not something you see as much in the world today, so that's just kind of a little weird. But this does very much take place in its own world. It's very, very comic booky. It goes there, like
Yeah, not just
doing pocket dimensions and shit, and
fucking hell.
all that.
The rage monkeys. I mean, that was just so minuscule compared to what it would have been. I heard a lot about it, and it was like, whoa, the rich monkeys, and I'm like, it wasn't that big a deal. It's fucking stupid, but
It's just
it's whatever.
it's there and then it's not. Like
Yeah,
it's like a
it's really
2 second
it's
thing.
really silly. It's James Gunning.
Yeah. It's just him going all the way into like what he thinks is silly and fun and
Yeah, making fun of the people who are mad at his movie, or the Snyder fans or whatever.
it's definitely just a parable to social media. I don't think it's like immediately
Well,
comparable to like what he experienced in his real life. I think it's just a social media parable.
I think
I'm just
I
getting
think I'm
because
willing.
he has said that he wasn't really thinking about what his experience was when writing the movie. He's more just so thinking about it from a global scale. He was not, because they asked him. He was on a pod and they asked him like, "Do you not see the immediate comparisons to like your real life?" And he goes, "No."
I mean, he could just be saying this to not reveal, some bit of insecurities.
His logic was that like well, what Superman went through was very different than me. Like I didn't have like people trying to actually kill me.
Well, I'll be fair. In fairness, you don't want to admit to that anyway.
Sure.
Like even if he is like,
Well, I mean, not all writers are
it's
the same.
like
I
it's
would like
fine.
someone like Ari Aster, when like with Eddington as an example, was very open about the
Listen,
fact that like a lot of it is based off of what he saw.
I'm just saying it's fine if he's making fun of people who like were shitting on him on the internet. That's fine. I don't really mind it. Like if that's the intention, whatever. He can deny it. I mean, again, you don't want to admit
So
that.
you would
Anyway,
just never believe him, is what you're saying?
I don't believe him for everything. Yeah, oh yeah. I said Alex. I don't like. I'm not a big of a fan of his extensions, like his assistants, his henchmen.
Like the
Not
people in Luthor Corp, or just like the engineer and
well,
Ultraman specifically.
Luthor, the Ultraman, and the Engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too big of a fan of them as like extensions of the villain henchmen. Kind of like tame and lame as henchmen.
I think there's something interesting in the dynamic of Lex and Engineer that's just not explored at all.
No,
Because
no, and the actress is kind of bad too.
the the something that's like worth noting is that Lex seems to actually care about the Engineer.
Right.
There are moments where he like kind of looks at her like with a little bit of like concern, and it's outright audible, like when she's like crashing down with Ultraman and he refers to her by her first name, like Angela, detach now, like you are not ready, you cannot survive that impact. And like when they crash, he seems visibly concerned and like fuck, like shit, not her. So I think there seemed to be something a little more to that. That's just more so whatever the actors did rather than whatever James Gunn wrote on the page.
Yeah.
Maybe Gunn was thinking about those things, but like it just wasn't there. Yeah.
Maybe yeah. No, I was very underwhelmed with them, especially Ultraman.
Yeah, the Ultraman thing is just very last minute. It's
God damn it.
I mean, the second they got into the okay, I have to play my cards. I pretty much knew the entire plot of this movie like a year ago.
Yeah.
So I knew that Ultraman was a clone the whole time. But even if I didn't know, I would have figured he was a clone when they walked into the Fortress of Solitude with no problems.
Yeah.
It's like immediately obvious. So, yeah.
It's kind of lame.
It's pretty lame. It's just
It's pretty lame.
there's probably some type of like metaphor behind it, but I don't.
Look at what you could turn into. Look at what you could turn into, Superman.
Or more like a. This is like him fighting the current public perception of him.
I mean, not even people liked him by that point in the movie.
Yeah.
I said it to you before. I think Ultraman could have just been Amazo.
Yeah.
Amazo the android.
Or just don't do that.
Well, if you want to have a like don't have an Ultraman basically.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess you kind of had to if you wanted to have like a physical match for Superman.
Hmm.
I guess you kind of had to do that. But I think what
Yeah,
would have
that is
worked
kind
with
of that is kind of the thing, right? What
yeah
do you do for a big Superman movie final battle?
yeah. Oh, you could just have him save people. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he does that. He does that plenty in this movie,
He does do that.
and I like that. I
That's
like
nice.
that's one of the things I like about the movie the most.
Saving people, a superhero saving people in a movie. Oh my god.
Do you think it's an overcorrection? Because I don't think it was a conscious correction compared to the Snyder stuff. I think this is just what James Gunn intended for this character.
No,
I don't. I think some people do see it as like like a correction, as a conscious correction to the Snyder stuff, but I don't see it that way.
I don't see it because that's just a thing that should happen in a superhero movie. I don't care how much you do
Yeah,
it. You should do it.
yeah.
Do it. This is a
But
superhero
it's
movie.
just it's because of
Superheroes save.
the context of Superman that's
Yeah, I
people are
get it.
drawing these comparisons, but I don't see it.
Yeah, sorry, your shitty Superman didn't save enough people to the point where we have to think,
Yeah.
sorry.
Like one of my favorite moments of this movie is when he saves that lady from that's in the car on the bridge.
Deep breaths, man. Or
And
when he stops the
yeah,
building
yeah,
from
when he
falling on
stops
her.
the building from falling on her. The logic of that sequence, don't even think about it. But that's just a thing with like Superman media. He's done it before where he's like lifted, like he's stopped a building from falling, but it's like that's not how that would work. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Um but like he stops it, she goes, and my favorite thing about it is that the posing that he's doing, like when he's rising from the dust, it's not for the sake of a pose. He's watching the car go by to make sure she gets out safe.
Yeah,
But it also
pretty cool.
fits the aura man shit where like he's aura farming, but he's aura farming after he saves.
Yeah, but look how cool he looks.
Yeah, look how cool. It's obviously like it's a posture shot. Like it's supposed to be a big epic hero shot. That's
Take
the
a picture.
purpose of it. But it's like there is an intent behind it where like the next shot they cut to after that is him watching the bridge. So it's like it kind of serves multiple purposes, but like god, that shit makes me feel something. It just works so well.
This shit means something to me, man.
Yeah. And like I imagine it means something more to you because you're such a big Superman fan. One of
Oh
the bigger
yeah,
ones I know.
I
You're not
I
Angry
had shows.
Joe. You're not Angry Joe or anything, but like
No, thank God.
um
He's a nice Superman fan.
he's a crazy Superman fan. I don't think I've ever seen a Superman fan crazier than him. But sorry, it's like you were saying you're about to say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit gave me chills.
Yeah.
That was like legit, like ooh,
Yeah.
like the music blowing up and how cool it looked, and like the lady looking back full of emotions because oh my God,
She was like she
he
was
saved my life.
visibly crying. Yeah.
Yeah, he saved my life. Wow.
Yeah. And there's a couple of
That's
good,
Superman.
you mentioned like the deep breaths, man. That's another great moment. Like he saves that lady
Yeah.
and he just like stays with her for a second. He's like, "Deep breaths, ma'am. You're gonna be okay."
Yeah, taking that moment to look over look
Yeah.
over her.
And one of my favorite lines of dialogue in the movie is that second conversation between Lois and Clark, where right after like the maybe that's the real punk rock, which is like already kind of a cheesy line, but I fuck with it because like I understand what the movie's trying to say.
Mhm.
And he goes like, "Oh, the DOJ has a warrant out for my arrest. I'm gonna go turn myself in." And Lois is like, "Why?" And at this point, they've taken crypto, which we haven't even mentioned yet, but they took crypto. Lex took crypto, and he doesn't know where to find him. So he goes like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn myself into the DOJ." Lois goes, "Why?" And he goes, "I don't know where he is, and I just need to find him, and they may know where he is, and that's literally my only shot right now." And she goes, "It's just a dog." And he goes, "Yeah, he's not even really a good one, but he's probably alone. He's alone and he's probably scared, and he needs my help." And I was like, "Fuck." That's so Superman. That's it. That's the character.
Yeah.
He goes to people for help because they may need it, not because of any other like perceptions he has or like it doesn't matter to him. And I was like, God, that's so perfect. That's such a great like way to state it. And some people are trying to like counter that line by like saying, "Oh, and he's not really my dog, and the car would kill me and Lex if I didn't go find him." But it's like, You're missing the point.
Didn't even know it was Cars, dog.
We didn't know at that time, but he does.
No, yeah, I didn't know. That's what I mean. I really know. Just to get back to Amazo real quick, my Amazo idea, I think this would have worked well for the idea of like having someone, because Amazo, for those of you who know, copies superheroes' powers. He adapts to their powers and like gains their strength. But what I work with that is that you have a robot basically taking Superman's powers, and then that works well for like him entering the Fortress of Solitude, and then you wonder who the hell he is. And then after that, you don't have to deal with the implications of Lex fucking cloning somebody. Superman of all people, just casually creating God. You can make it like a really hard thing for him to have built. Oh, by the way, Lex in the comics doesn't even build Amazo. It's like a different doctor, but you could have like that scientist be in the movie for like that sake too. Like they build a robot together to like defeat Superman. You could like twist it that way. And then afterwards, you don't have to deal with the. I don't like that Ultraman just kind of just dies in a portal.
He's gonna come back as Bizarro.
Yeah, he is gonna come back. But as far as Clark knows, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how they didn't quite acknowledge the fact that that is a living person right there, and he just. It doesn't have a choice. I get that, but like,
Yeah,
I wish it was like
he kind of just let him die. Possibly.
Yeah, he just let him die.
Well, he doesn't know that he's not dead, but
I mean, he went in a black hole.
I think Clark would know what he can survive, but
he wasn't gonna survive the black.
I don't think he was certain.
I mean, if you remember the movie, he almost went in the black hole and tried to get out of it because he would have died. I think, right?
I don't know if he would have died because he can breathe in like space, but like there's no coming back from.
Well, it's a black hole. You know, it's like
sucks all matter, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Bizarro's definitely gonna come back.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, he's gonna come back as Bizarro probably.
Yeah, but it'd be better if Amazo came back as like Super Amazo, and then he became like a big villain for like the Justice League movie or something. Yeah, that's my little solution there. That could have been a cool thing. Like, oh my god, it's Amazo, and then what could that mean for the future? Because Amazo later like goes off into the stars and like the Justice League cartoon, and then he comes back as like God, coming to kill Lex Luthor. That was pretty cool. But yeah, what was next?
I guess we could talk about like Mr. Terrific and the Justice Gang.
Yeah.
I'm a bit conflicted on the Justice Gang because they're kind of necessary to the movie, but they're also kind of a problem to the movie because this movie's overstuffed as it is. There's a lot going on. There's too much going on. But it's weird because the Justice Gang are pretty integral to this movie. And in particular, honestly, I don't want to lose Mr. Terrific.
No.
Like, I don't. Mr. Terrific is a great thing about this movie. I love Mr. Terrific. Edi Gathegi gets to redeem himself. Or rather, I guess redeem himself for how terribly
not himself. He gets the chance.
Yeah, he gets the chance
to be cool again. Or no, it's the movie. It's the comic book industry redeeming themselves after what they did to him. Yeah.
That's after what they did to him for X-Men First Class.
Yeah. The fuck was that?
Yeah, the hell was that, man?
What is wrong with you?
But no, he's great as Mr. Terrific. He's so good. He has like this great like kind of like stoic but yet charismatic nature to him. Almost every line he has is like gold. It's so good. I love that character very much. I think he has the best action sequence in the movie, which is also a problem.
Yeah, he does.
And that's a problem, I think. This movie really This movie really would have benefited from having like maybe one or two more action sequences, particularly Superman action sequences. just to let Superman have a little more of the spotlight action-wise. This movie has a good amount of action.
Well, they could have actually had the Superman versus the Hammer of Bolivia be a longer fight.
I think something about this movie is that I kind of I'm okay with like the cold open and like the text. I kind of wish we would have seen either him stop the war or the Hammer of Baravia fight
And beat him up.
where he loses.
Yeah.
There is something I think I get with like what Gunn was trying to going for. There's something at like starting at the in media res and starting at the low point of the character with him beaten. And I am kind of glad that they never have him have that, like him be losing a fight being like a thing he has to grapple with. I don't think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that not being a thing for the character.
Well, I would have liked
for this movie because there's a lot more going on. There's just no time for him to be like, "Damn, I lost a fight." Ugh.
Well, no, it's not just losing a fight. It's like what it means to itself as like if he fails, what does that mean for everybody else? I kind of wish they had him tackle more of that because upon his failure, it means that people could be in danger, and like that's the first fight he lost too. And they kind of like made a big-ish deal about it with the text. Superman lost his first fight. I'm like, oh, what does that mean now?
It doesn't necessarily seem to bother him because he just immediately gets back up and is like, "All right, I gotta go back."
Which again is a little strange to me because just for the fact that it's not just his ego or whatever that it could be a loss. It's like the fact that if he loses, people might die.
Yeah, I just do not. I don't trust any writer to not make that an ego thing. I don't trust any writer, quite frankly.
No,
I think in anybody's hands they would have made that an ego thing, and that is just something I am okay with not having. Quite
anybody's
frankly.
hands.
Anybody's hands. I don't trust any writer to not do that because it's just like such a easy thing to do.
Well, also, I think you could portray Superman's like fear, like fearing kind of like dying too, because like Superman 2, where he like bleeds for the first time. It's my blood. It's my blood, and it scares him. It overwhelms him. He can't do much about it other than get his ass beat again, and that's him as a normal man. In this case, he's the strongest being on Earth, and he loses. Like, what does that mean for someone who people hold in such high regard, and someone who holds himself with the responsibility of having to save people and winning allows him to save people? That could be like interesting to have a young Superman tackle.
I just don't know if that had a place in this movie.
No, they didn't have places for much, which was why it could have been longer, or again, an origin story.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's something to starting the way it does that I like, but there's also it could have started somewhere else, or they could have done a kind of a flashback to it. It's they could have done anything with that, but
yeah,
I am ultimately okay with where it starts.
Yeah. But yeah, the Justice Gang. I like Mr. Terrific.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Terrific's great. I didn't hate Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, he's kind of funny.
Fine.
He doesn't do
there.
much as a character.
Hawkgirl does nothing. She's there. She's quite literally just there.
She's just there. She doesn't really do anything. She's not very funny either. I mean, she's kind of like she's not a jokester per se, but the stuff that she says is supposed to be funny. Like it's supposed to be like comedic in a way.
Yeah.
But like
I don't blame Isabela Merced for it at all. I don't think that's her fault.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not talking about the acting. I'm just talking about the writing. Yeah, she seems bored to be there. Hawkgirl.
Yeah.
And not in an engaging way. Also, her screech is stupid. Her.
Yeah.
You know the one.
No, I know.
Where were they when the Hammer Baravia invaded?
No idea. I mean, at that point they were bending to Maxwell Lord, so I guess if Lord didn't say anything, I don't know. I don't know how the Justice Gang fully works. I just know they're funded by Maxwell Lord, and
they came in for the kaiju.
Yeah, and they're very much like bound by the red tape. So I don't know.
Yeah, that kaiju scene.
I like that kaiju scene.
I like the kaiju scene. I just don't. I wish Superman tried harder to actually make sure the creature didn't die. I don't think he tried harder enough. I don't think he didn't make attempts to stop the Justice League from like killing it. He didn't make attempts to like guide the creature away. He didn't try to lift it up, which I imagine he could. But yeah, he didn't like do enough, I think, which is kind of like a shame to me because I like the fact that he was like trying to like save people while also trying not to hurt the creature entirely.
Yeah.
Except for the part with just like rolling around, he kind of like stopped trying to do anything. He was just kind of sitting around going, "Well, guys, stop it. You're being mean." Like if he at least tried to lift it up and the creature like swatted him off, like okay.
But imagine if he tried to like get in the way, could that have caused more harm and in response like hurt more people?
But okay, well they should have showed that then, right? Like I wish he made like the attempts. Like that's a good question. Maybe that would happen, but he didn't try anything about it. And he's really fast too. Like he flies really fast. He can go from the Antarctic to Metropolis in like a minute. So like at least try something like that. Yeah, it's kind of a minuscule thing, but like because it maybe appreciate the fact that Superman was trying to like even try to save a creature bent on destruction.
Yeah, where they do kill it, and he's like, I wish he was like, I was trying to just escort it to like out of the city or like to an intergalactic zoo or just like maybe euthanize it humanely.
Yeah, I like that, but he didn't. He didn't try hard enough as like I think a Superman would.
Do you want to hear a fun fact about that scene?
Yes.
So initially, because I remember like that, because he talks to Guy Gardner, and Gardner's like, "Oh, don't be such a wuss." Do you know what he was originally supposed to say to him?
What?
He was supposed to say, "Don't be such a fucking pussy."
Really?
Yeah. And it got tested a bunch. No one liked him calling him a pussy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And so they cut it because they had an alternate take where he calls him just a wuss, and they ended up using the wuss. It was one of the things where I want to talk. You know what? I want to rant actually for a second about test audiences. So originally, as Gunn envisioned in the script, this was supposed to be framed as a week in the life of Superman, where each significant moment of the movie was supposed to be intercut with a title card, a la the Suicide Squad, with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it is clear, upon thinking about the movie again, that was supposed to be a thing because there are clear shots that were meant to be, that hold for significant portions that were clearly meant to be title card moments. And I think about the fact that this movie has so many abrupt random cuts to black or random edits that were clearly changed because of any placeholder information. So I'm assuming that there were going to be a lot of title cards. And that really makes me upset because I see where they was probably going to be, and I really like that. I see the vision. I see what Gunn was trying to do, and I like that, and I'm annoyed that was taken out.
Because of the audience.
Because of the audience. Because of the test screenings, the audience didn't respond to it, and they didn't like it.
Yeah, very strange. That would have helped.
Very strange. I think that would have helped a lot with like the way this movie handles time and adjustment. So like knowing that these were happening across like days in a week, I think would have really number one, add a little bit of like visual charm to the movie, but also like established that time framing a little better. And I wish Gunn stuck to his gun. I wish James Gunn stuck to his guns on that one, like he did with the squirrel, because the squirrel was almost taken out. That's a big thing people are complaining about, like him saving a squirrel. I think that's nonsense. Personally,
you should clarify. You mean it's nonsense that people are complaining about it?
Yes.
All right, so almost something like you said, it's nonsense that he saved the squirrel.
No. I mean, it's silly.
Yeah, I know you.
But I like it.
I know you didn't believe that. I know you didn't believe that. Yeah.
No, it's silly that he saves a squirrel, but I like it.
It's good that he saves a squirrel.
Yeah, it shows his dedication to all life. I like it a lot. and we're like, I think that's silly because it was almost taken out. There were a couple different cuts where it was taken out, and Gunn was like, "No, I want the squirrel," and he put the squirrel back in. And I was like, what?
Leave the squirrel.
Leave the squirrel. I was like, yeah, leave the squirrel. Fuck yeah, it's like 5 seconds. Leave the fucking squirrel.
Yeah, whatever, dude. It's a squirrel. It's fine.
And I imagine this is a pretty lean movie. I don't think there's anything that was necessarily taken out of the movie or what have you. I imagine this is pretty cut and dry. So I don't think there's like a magical 20-minute longer cut out there somewhere.
Maybe there should be.
Maybe there should be, but I don't think there is. Whereas with Fantastic Four, there's clearly a longer movie out there, and they just don't want you to see it.
No, they don't. Can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably won't be able to see it, and that's upsetting, very upsetting.
But I mean, Marvel MCU at least never does like extended cuts for their movies, right?
No, they've never done it. People thought they were going to do it for Age of Ultron because there was just so much missing footage, and a lot of that footage is still not surfaced. So
no.
It's uncertain whether or not we'll ever
never
see
know.
like the other movie that Age of Ultron was. Yeah. And like even stuff for like Infinity War Endgame, like they shot loads and loads of material that we're never gonna see. Partly because for those movies they just shot lots of different material because the movie was constantly being rewritten and readjusted, both of those movies. And like they weren't certain what they were going to use and what like was going to respond, so they just shot a lot of material and shot a lot of ideas and kind of hoped shit stuck, which kind of explains that comment from Kevin Feige where he was like, we've never shot a movie without a finished script and have never been satisfied with a single movie we've put out. And that explains a lot.
It makes sense now.
That whole Kevin Feige article was very just confounding. I want to do a separate video on that at some point because that was just a very confusing and random. I read a bit of it. It's very almost every other sentence. I'm like, what? And it was funny because it was coinciding with like another interview that James Gunn did where a lot of what he said was very what. So it's like why is this happening now? But
well timed.
To get back on track on Superman, we didn't talk about the action or the cinematography or anything really all that much. Because I think this movie has a distinct look to it.
Yeah, action's fine.
That's
for the most part, yeah.
It's a bit controversial, I would say, in terms of like the way the movie looks.
Yeah, the action to me is fine for the most part. You know, I think it's got some like creative stuff with it. It does too much spinning though. I feel like it over relies on that like spinning shit.
Lots of spinning a very active camera this movie has.
Yeah, which it's fine. Just calm it down. You need to do it all the time.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like the fights in the movie feel like a fight that you would see in a Superman thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're very Superman. Like they're crazy superhero bombastic action. Mm-hmm. There's destruction everywhere. They do a lot of different things. They use their powers.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, and you can tell James Gunn had a ball like shooting that action and like designing that action.
Yeah, I like that they consider things like collateral damage more so in the way that the fact that Metropolis was evacuated by the end of the movie. They didn't have to focus about like Superman crashing through buildings and like going through 8 people. 8 people or fucking Krypton had his chance
or jumping over a gas truck and just letting it explode.
Everyone dead. Yeah, they consider that stuff. Like I said, in the Kaiju fight, he was saving people, and that was pretty cool. Like the fact that he stopped the Kaiju from falling into the building, and then directed its fire breath to the sky so he didn't hit the building again.
Tried his best to block the fire from hitting people.
Yeah, tried his best and then had to fly up so he can aim at him instead of the building. It's cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
My favorite action movie is that stuff, and of course the Measure Traffic scene.
The Mr. Terrific action scene, yeah, is the best action scene in the movie, and it's concerning.
Yeah, it's concerning.
And I think like something. I think I spoke to you when we were about this when we were hanging out after. The thing that I like the most about the Mr. Terrific fight is that the camera is hyperactive but still sensible. It's not just like spinning and dipping everywhere. It's just actively moving. It's like the camera is moving up and down and left and right to like follow the action, not around it. Whereas this movie does a lot of, like you said, the spinnies. It's doing a lot of spinning and rotating, but in the Mr. Terrific scene, it's just moving. And that type of kineticism, I think, is just better for what Gunn likes to do. And you see it a lot in the Guardians 3 hallway fight, and you see it a lot in this movie, and you see it a lot in the Suicide Squad, which I still think is his best action he's ever done. And like where the camera is active, it's moving, but it's not crazy. Where here, the camera is crazy. I think this movie's fucking ugly. I think this movie looks like shit. And I don't mean like the CG. I mean like just the way it looks. This movie's fucking ugly. And I hate that this is how Gunn likes to light his movies. I hate it. And I know this is how he likes to light his movies because he's made 3 of them that look like this.
And they fitted those, but not this one, right?
I would say Guardians 3 also looks like shit, but like it looks less like shit than this movie
like
does.
Guardians 2, right? That's the one that looks...
So he's been using Henry Bram as his cinematographer since Guardians 2. Guardians 2 looks great. Like it's a very poppy, colorful, weird movie. And then the Suicide Squad is where he starts finding this color palette. And I think it works for the Suicide Squad because the Suicide Squad is a very like dirty, grimy, like Dirty Dozen 70s Vietnam War movie. And I think that visual aesthetic really works for that movie. Guardians 3 it doesn't work.
No. Even despite the tone, it does not work.
Despite the tone, that look does not work. And in here, I think it actively hurts some of this movie because I think this movie should have been brighter and poppier. The fact that the suit Superman wears looks more colorful on the fucking posters is a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Because that suit, that incredibly bright and colorful suit, should appear so in the movie, and it doesn't. Because everything around it is so, like, ugly and yellow and gray and, like, bluish tones and just halo-y.
At the very least, Man of Steel did not contradict the suit's colors.
No, the suit color is darker to actually accentuate what Snyder was doing with his visual style. Like that movie
Man of Steel looks good.
Man of Steel is also kind of an ugly movie, but it looks good for what Snyder. That was his intent, and it visually is breathtaking. Like I think it's a very beautiful looking movie.
That fight sequence is still amazing.
Which one? Are you thinking
The first
IHOP?
one. No, Man of Steel.
That's what I'm saying. Are you thinking IHOP?
No. The first one. The first one. When he wants to fly. I mean.
You said we were talking about action. So
I meant flight sequence. Flight sequence. The best part of the fucking movie. Come on now.
The first flight. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I like the way they handle fight in this movie too. But it's better.
Not amazed by like a West with a Man of Steel.
Yeah. He handled it better than he handled like the fight with like Adam Warlock in Guardians 3. I am absolutely done with Snyder with Gunn's close up wide angle shots. I'm sick of it. Please stop it. The fisheye lens needs to go. Just stop. I understand you like this. Please stop. Because like his colorization is like harming his lighting. And these movies are just lit like shit.
James Gunn trying to copy Black Adam.
Black Adam looks better than this movie.
Yeah, it does.
Like it has more of a distinct color style, and like it's glossy and colorful when it needs to be. Like Cyclone's costume, Atom Smasher's costume, Hawkman, Black Adam, Dr. Fate, like they all pop. because the movie's allowing that color to pop. And I just don't understand why it doesn't here. It's so upsetting. Well, we can talk about something that surprised us a bit mutually. Neither of us were excited for John Murphy to do the score.
No, we were not.
Neither of us were excited for that. Ultimately, I think my opinions changed a little bit on the score. I ultimately am saddened that this Superman doesn't have his own theme.
Mm-hmm. It's saddening.
I am not annoyed with the utilization of the John Williams theme.
No, it's quite good.
I think it hits when it should. Particularly like Last Sun, that score that plays when they bring him into the Fortress of Solitude, he's being healed, and like when he takes his first flight of the movie. That score really hits for me, and then in particular the track Look Up when he beats Ultraman and he does his spinnies with the Raptors. That was like the last minute of the movie that almost made me tear up. Was just that sequence because it was just it was so breathtaking, and I was so in, and just like I'm not totally a fan of like the amount of like zoom in shots on the S symbol, but that one I'm okay with. Like that one really hits for me because it's like this is the crescendo of the action, it's the crescendo of the story, and it's like now is the time that you do the glory shot of the S into the spinnies. Like, and I just love the momentum of the way the music goes with that moment. It's really wonderful.
Yeah. I don't know how he didn't kill them all with the laser.
I mean, Superman has.
I know they showed him. Yeah. I know they showed the people falling and still being alive. It's just strange. It looked like lasers went through them.
I know, but
it looked like the Iron Man 2 scene.
I know. But he's also, we've talked about this before, he has also used his laser beams to precisely give someone a lobotomy before.
Yeah.
So I can believe he didn't kill them. However,
what about the fact that they fell from the sky?
Yeah. Get your glory shot.
Yeah, I wish they were just make them robots. Just make them Lex Luthor robots.
Yeah.
It's an easy fix, right?
Yeah.
Lex bots. Or aliens, you know. No one cares about them.
Can we agree the least interesting sequence of this movie is the stuff in the pocket dimension?
It is.
That stuff is really boring.
It's really boring, yeah. Like other than the scene of Lex killing that one guy.
Yes! I love that scene, the Russian roulette. Oh my god. Oh.
Other than that. Yeah, you paused for a second. There you go.
I love the scene where I guess we should talk about Malik. Molly is a character that like it's a kind of a setup and payoff with Molly.
Yeah.
Or like
he was more of what I wanted from the public persona of Superman. It was really just coming from him, but he never stopped disliking Superman. Because that man is a goat. He's right. He's right or die. He's right or die for Superman.
It is so fucking sad that he just straight up lied to Superman's face to make him feel safe, to make him feel more comfortable with him dying. Like he straight up lies. He's like, oh, don't tell him anything, Superman. Like I don't have any family. It's just me. Don't feel like it's fine. And I think the moment that like really sells that for me is that number one, it's the lack of a joke in that sequence.
Yeah. The
lack of a true joke there is felt. And also the fact that when Metamorpho sees that and he starts crying and he goes, he just killed that guy. And Superman responds, his name was Molly. I was like, oh.
It's an uncomfortable scene.
It's a very uncomfortable scene. The way it was shot and like how quick it was. I think the fact that he kills him on 2 is great.
Yeah.
Because as an audience, he goes, you got the idea. You get 3. You do this 3 times. 1 doesn't work. 2 doesn't work. 3 does.
Like you really don't expect it.
You don't expect it to go off on 2, and when it does, it's like it sends like a shockwave. Like it really hits.
And he was just some innocent guy.
Yeah, he was just some innocent guy. And there's a unique payoff with that at the end when they show like the newspaper at the end, and it's like, no, the real hero was Molly, and they shine the light on him, and I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's a neat way to pay that off, so that like Molly's sacrifice wasn't in vain. There's a lot of great stuff like that, or not, maybe not a lot, but there's stuff in this movie that's like that's great.
Yeah, other than that, the pocket dimension is a snore dimension.
Yes, it's the snore. It's the snore dimension.
It's the snore dimension. I didn't even find the action sequence in the pocket dimension that engaging either.
It's the most frustrating of them because it's the one where the most spinnies happen, and it's just it's so lame. It's not what I want to see. It reminded me of Quantumania, and I don't want to be reminded of Quantumania.
No, you don't want to be reminded of that movie.
I do not want to be reminded of that movie. I mean, in comparison to like Quantumania, this is better than anything that's in Quantumania. But
the shot of Superman breaking the glass is really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. It helps.
It's a pretty incredible feat that this Superman stops a black hole from sucking him in with his breath.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
It's pretty cool. He's got super breath, as you know.
Yeah. He does.
I guess that's kind of okay. It's the crazy people like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Is it believable? No,
I don't know, but it's a crazy feat.
It's nutty.
Yeah.
Crypto's in the movie.
Crypto is there.
He's kind of cute, but he's also a jerk.
He is a shitty dog.
But, yeah, he's really I want.
But he's there. He stepped up when it required him to.
He munched on the balls, and he also ruined what could have been a really great scene between Lex and Superman.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that made me mad because I was like, damn, is the speech is cool. I like the speech.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about Superman's very on the nose speech?
I like it. I wish it was I wish it was being done to like something that people will hear to reassure them of Superman's intentions and who he is. Like I wish that everybody like in the world heard it. It doesn't work on Luthor. It doesn't mean anything to him. He literally ignores it afterwards. So it would have worked better on the scale of like people themselves hearing Superman say this.
Yeah.
And Lex might have given an interesting thing, but we don't hear it.
Yeah.
We do not hear it.
Do you want to know what my favorite thing about that speech is? And it's a thing that not many people are gonna like pick up on.
His emotions. He almost cried, right? Saying it.
No. It's what he says at the end of the speech.
What do you say?
Because he says like, "Oh, that's where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. Like I'm as human as anyone. I love. I get scared. I sometimes don't know what to do, but I put my best foot forward and I make the best choices that I can because that is being human. And it is my greatest strength. And I hope for the sake of the world someday that you realize it's yours too, Lex."
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that he's saying all this, and number one, you can see how visibly more pissed off it's making Lex. But it's the fact that he at the end of it still makes sure to tell Lex, you are human too, and that's what makes you great. Even though you're like a shitty person and I gotta like stop you, if you realized that you being human is your greatest strength, that we can kind of end this. Because that's something that like I think is very keen about Superman's character that makes him more interesting. Him and Lex's dynamic more interesting, is that, and I do think about like the animated series episode where I think it's animated series where Lex gets kryptonite poisoning.
Yeah, he gets kryptonite cancer.
Kryptonite cancer.
In Justice League, the first.
Is that Justice League? I thought it was Superman animated series, but
no, it's a sequel.
But where Lex gets kryptonite cancer, and Superman is like, Lex, this is important. Like, he still ultimately kind of cares about Lex and would try to save him if he could.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck with him though.
Yeah, he doesn't fuck with him, but he does like, hey.
Well, it's the simple fact that despite him being the villain, he still feels bad for the fact that he might die this way by cancer.
Mm-hmm.
and cancer sucks. So I was like, yeah, I don't like this from you.
Yeah. And that's like the thing I like the most about that speech at the end is that he makes sure to put in there that he would like for Lex to realize something. And that's, I don't know, I like that. I think that says a lot about this version of Superman.
I am excited for the opportunity when Superman does not fuck with Lex afterwards. Like this is him still being like merciful enough to say this to Lex, but I'm waiting for the part where Lex pushes it too far, where the point where
Yeah.
Superman can't trust him ever for anything.
Yeah.
Push Superman to the edge. How far will
Yeah,
he go? Because he almost killed that boy.
yeah.
He almost killed him in Unlimited.
I also do really like the speech at the end of the film. I think it very much encapsulates like this character's arc and what he's realized and like what the movie's ultimately trying to say about kindness. Because I would say the core theme of the movie is that kindness is punk rock. That's kind of the core idea of the movie. And actually, funny enough, kindness. If you look back at like the history of punk rock and the punk counterculture, what that's supposed to represent, kindness is punk. Because the core of punk is not necessarily anti-establishment, but community building and acceptance of others. Like that's punk. But the association of punk rock to most everyone, because it is part of it, is counterculture. It's breaking the law. It's screw the man. But in a world where kindness isn't the immediate response to everything, and that hate is a lot more easy to do, yeah, being kind would be punk rock.
Yeah, Hawker, what the fuck?
I don't know. I liked what the movie was trying to say with that and with the character, and I don't know that got like it didn't get me like emotionally, like, but it's a nice lesson to learn. It's something that's I'm very excited for the younger generation for that to like to seep into them, to learn about that.
It's inspirational.
Yeah, and I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, Fabian, because he saw the movie and he said he started to get very teared up when Superman was giving that speech at the end about about that, and I was like, yeah, man, I get it. Like it, I get it. That's a big moment.
I understand it now.
Yeah, and man, we already said it, but like that fucking final montage at the end was like, would you like to see your parents? It soothes him. Like,
it's very nice. You should have done it in the beginning, you asshole. What's wrong with you? Oh, I'm gonna talk to my space dad who never wasn't there for me. But I'll talk to my mom. Not my mom, not my dad, not my people who raised me. No, I don't care about them. I should have been in the first place. What's wrong with you, dude? Oh, so that harem thing, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's just like what is that gonna mean for the future? It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how it's gonna be addressed in Supergirl.
Might not be. Might be as simple as it is a Jor-El and Laura thing that only they came up with.
I'm okay with that if that ends up being what it is.
Yeah, sure. Want to commit to it?
Yeah. Because I really don't want them to Rise of Skywalker it.
Kind of just as long as it's not just a throwaway thing for the sake of this movie.
Yeah, I wonder about it.
Yeah. Although,
I imagine they obviously haven't thought of where the rest of this is going to go quite yet. I know Gunn's writing something that has something to do with Superman. He said it's not a Superman sequel, so who knows?
Who knows? Although Gunn's defense just a statement to it is that Kara is younger than him, and I'm like, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean, like physiologically, or like I don't know what he means by that.
Yeah, it's strange because it makes you wonder like how what was the time with them being launched into space at the same time? Did they come to Earth at the same time as
Mm.
babies? How old was if she's younger than him? How old was she at the time of being launched?
Mm.
Because if because I'm assuming she's 21.
Yeah.
Assuming, yeah. So she wouldn't have been born when he was launched. Obviously, if she's younger than him,
Mm-hmm.
duh. That's like simple math. So so was that a like a fucked up like I fucked it up defense from Gunn saying that and he doesn't understand Supergirl?
Well, he's not writing Supergirl.
Well, yeah, but he is in charge of like the universe, you know, like
Yeah, but he is ultimately letting
where
the
it's all,
the writers have their creative.
yeah yeah where it's all going. So in that case, it might be a fuck up, or he just misspoke.
It's possible.
Because as for those of you who don't know, Kara is actually older
Yeah.
than Cal when they're launched. She was sort of like a teenager at like when they were launched into space. They were both launched into space, but then her pod got lost into into space, and she didn't age, and then she landed on Earth, and then boom, 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 she meets Superman.
Yeah. I do. I need to read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow to kind of get a better idea of what they could be doing. But the Jor-El thing is.
I can tell you, there's no Jor-El wanting Cal to make a harem in comics. I can tell you that for sure.
There might have. I heard Man of Tomorrow is a different spin on that, on the Jor-El thing.
Maybe it's take over Earth, but harem? No, it's the first. You know, you ask me.
I mean, if I think about it from like the perspective of someone trying to continue their race, yeah, not asking your son to like try to continue his race is kind of silly.
Well, I like the idea that Jor-El knows that Krypton is dead, but but Cal will be the one to take the dreams of Krypton with him, not just like continue the race like that.
Well, that's not the idea, though. The idea is to continue the race.
Huh?
Like with this version of Superman, that's the
Oh no, I'm saying overall. You know, I'm saying like all the overall thing of Jor-El sending Cal out is to first of all save his son,
Mm-hmm.
but then all the other stuff in this case is like questionable.
I do wonder if it's going to be like a Saiyans Viltrumites type thing that they're going for.
Destroy Earth, or well, in the case of Saiyans,
Well,
either
space
destroy
pirates.
the planet, yeah, destroy the civilization, and then sell the planet to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
In terms of Ultramites, yeah, it is that it is like raise the
Conquer
empire
and raise the
conquer
empire.
and
So it's probably. I wonder if it's going to be more Viltrumite.
make kids, make a bunch of kids, have a harem of kids,
Yeah.
take a wife. No, what's another 17 years? Get over it again. Have another kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff is ultimately how I'll feel about it going forward is dependent on what they do with it.
And I doubt Supergirl will have anything to do with it. Something tells me.
It was written after Superman. I would imagine that the writer, at least, she got to read the script for Superman.
I imagine she did see this movie. I just don't think that the harem thing or like Jor-El's message will like be anything going into like Supergirl. I think it literally just is like a throwaway thing for the sake of the movie. Again, we'll see. Which is like just the way the movie tackles it. By the end of it is like doesn't mean much in the end of it. It's silly, but I don't think it'll play much into anything down the line.
Maybe not, but time will only tell with that.
Yes, next year.
And I think
Supergirl
is the real litmus test of this universe. If Supergirl and Clayface work, that will
isn't Clayface
a lot
Elseworld?
more. No, Clayface is in the DCU.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be Carlo. I think we got
It's
a
not
little bit
gonna
of
be
synopsis.
Carlo.
I think we got a little bit of a synopsis of what it's supposed to be. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I read something about like it's like a gangster, like a thug or a gangster who is trying to do something. I don't know. I gotta read the initial synopsis I read again, but I think those two movies are the litmus test for if this DCU will work going forward. If this will be sustained. I do think. I think they're starting to make some of the right moves in terms of like Clayface is going to be a lower budget movie.
That should be ideal, I think.
And I think that's something that, as an example, the MCU never learned.
Low budget movies.
They never learned that they can spend a little less on some movies. Not everything has to be this big event thing. Sometimes you can make an under $100 million Clayface movie. So maybe
Well, damn, they almost
maybe you can make $100 million Ant-Man movie, but I guess not anymore. They all got to be $250 million.
Well, I was gonna say they almost had the idea right with Ant-Man, the first one.
Yeah.
They almost like got it. Like, yeah, it's a small scale movie. It's fine. We don't have to like spend too much money on it, and it's fun. Straight to the point. Boom. And it's one of the best MCU. It's one of the best MCU movies.
Yeah. And I think hopefully the DCU can take that lesson and do something with it, because
God, it's just saying it's very weird to start off your DC universe and like have the Clayface movie be like a center point, starting point. You know, like relatively like one of the earlier movies is like it's not the Wonder Woman, it's not Batman, it's Clayface.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. There is that report that they are fast tracking now Wonder Woman and Batman, and I don't like that at all. I don't like that they're possibly fast tracking those movies.
I don't like rushing, but
I
guess
don't
when
like
it comes, I don't like the rushing aspect, but I guess when it does come to like by the end of it, like having to put interest in your thing, you don't have all decade.
Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna like you gotta
You're
do
gonna have to
Batman
do
and
it.
Wonder Woman. You gotta do it. You have to
Like you
do it.
gotta have to, yeah.
And
Like you can't.
yeah.
No more waiting 3 more years for this. Well, 5 years, say.
Yeah, it takes
Like
2 years to make a movie, so
Yeah, it's already questionable that you didn't start with like Batman or Wonder Woman as your second or third options. It's questionable, but waiting too long for it, like,
yeah.
that you gotta figure something out. You gotta figure something out, man.
I do think that they should really, because they already we have no attached writer to Brave and the Bold that we know of. We only have Andy Muschietti listed as a director. Who knows if that'll stay?
Praying to God, it doesn't.
It depends on how long the project takes, because Andy Muschietti is working on other stuff. So eventually, if it's just he's got too much on his plate, he's gonna have to drop something. And I imagine.
Yeah, you know
he'll
what?
drop
I
Brave and the
don't
Bold.
think your director should be working on other stuff when it comes to making one of your big movies for your.
Well, I mean,
universe.
this stuff is timing, and if like a project takes too long, yeah, director's gonna move on. Or if there is time for a director to do multiple things, they're gonna do it. You know, because you have to keep working in that business.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like priority. Prioritizing your thing.
Yeah. I mean, we hear it all the time with like directors. I mean, that's why Guillermo del Toro had to leave The Hobbit, because it was just taking too long, and he had other priorities. He had other things he wanted to do.
Had to make Pacific Rim.
Yeah, he wanted to make Pacific Rim, and he wanted to do Crimson Peak. So, like, he had to move on. It happens, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
Patty
it's
Jenkins
fine,
was going to do Thor the Dark World. Like,
Shit, was she?
yeah, she was brought on by Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman recommended her, and they took a chance. They were like, yeah, sure, we'd love to work with Patty Jenkins. And they worked with her. They worked with her for a long time, but it just ultimately they wanted to make what Marvel wanted her to make versus what Patty Jenkins wanted to make was just two different things, and they split amicably. They split amicably. Natalie Portman was furious. Because Natalie Portman at that point was apparently like very done with acting and the business, and she was planning on like taking a break or retiring, and like something that like sparked it. Like she was given a new spark when they were willing to take a chance with Patty Jenkins, and as soon as she left the project, she like was like, okay, cool, you're gonna get bare minimum from me. Like, she did her job only to what was required of her and nothing else.
Now, Patty Jenkins doesn't get to make anything.
Now Patty Jenkins is in director jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But I'm sure Patty Jenkins will bounce. I mean, Chloe Zhao was in director jail. She's got a movie coming out this year, so, like, you know, I just do hope Nia DaCosta gets out of director jail with 28 years later, too. But we'll find out in January. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say about Superman. I guess add my last thing. The reason why I'm very conflicted, where I kind of lean on it now, because the more I think about the movie, the more stuff I really like about it. Whereas the more I think about Fantastic Four, I think there's less I like about it. Or rather, less things that ultimately, like, that stand out.
Well, it's
in Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four isn't gonna hold up as well because of what comes next.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Yeah, very simple.
All good they may have is just gonna get destroyed with Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm not going to give a score now. I gave my initial one that I said that was the initial rating, but now I'm kind of just going to leave it blank because now I'm not certain what I think. So, yeah, I'll leave it blank, and I'll let you give your kind of final thoughts.
Yeah. Like I said before, things still apply. I think it's a movie that definitely had its huge moments of like wowness and amazingness, and moments that made you go, "Why? Just why?" just like why'd you do that? It's like a Michael Bay movie. You're like watching, like, oh, that's pretty good, and then the rest happens, like, oh, why? But yeah, I'm more or less still feeling the same about it. Finding some appreciation for some stuff too, but also like just craving the potential that could have been the greatness of this movie. Like what could have been like some potentially great stuff for this movie that I don't think it reaches those heights, not even close. But I do appreciate the good that it does, but not crazy over it. So I'm like at a 4.5, I'd say, with the movie. Out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty punk rock. Cause I'm a punk rocker. Yes,
yeah, that shit's been stuck in my head, by the way. That's been on constant rotation on my phone. Leave it up to James Gunn to add another song to my phone.
I haven't even like heard it since the movie came out, but it's like stuck in my head, so I'm like hearing like, I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.
Well, now you're gonna have Fantastic Four stuck in your head.
Dun 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 dun. It's I've heard it. It's like, damn.
I guess let's move right in. Let's talk about Fantastic Four, the first steps.
Speaking of Fantastic Four, first steps. Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't have as much to say, honestly.
I don't have much to say either.
Yeah. I'll go first on Fantastic Four since you went first for Superman.
Yes.
Guys, we did it. We got one. And I don't mean Marvel. I mean Fantastic Four specifically. We got one.
Got the one.
We got the one. And yeah, I'm glad it's finally happened. I just wished it was I wish it was so much better.
Yeah.
Because not that this movie's necessarily missed potential, it's just that there's so much here that was clearly there, and there's just a lot of mundanity around it. I think this movie has a weird problem. The first act of this movie, to maybe even like the first half, I think is really stellar, and then it just loses all of its momentum.
It falls apart real quick when it leaves that first act.
Yeah. Once the baby is born and we get off that ship, the movie just starts becoming really mundane. and it has like a couple of fleeting moments of like really interesting stuff and greatness, but like it just, I don't want to use the phrase fell apart, but it lost its steam really quickly.
And that third act, oh boy.
That third act is the typicals, and it's boring.
Yeah.
The third act is just the typicals, and it is unfortunate because it's the first time we're getting Galactus truly on screen.
I'm just thinking,
and Galactus, I think, is really well realized, like as an effect and as a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are genuinely pretty good things about this movie. I think the production design and costumes are all fantastic. The way it kind of transported you into this retro futuristic. I got it. It's pretty fantastic. It's pretty fantastic. But like, like the retro futuristic '60s like look to it, the costume design, the world that they build here, I think is really interesting, and like provides a unique thing that the MCU's just never done before. And I think they should have started doing it a long time ago, but this movie does very much feel separated from the rest of the MCU and feels truly standalone.
And much to its benefit.
And much to its benefit, and it gives you those kind of feelings of like a Phase 1, Phase 2 kind of movie, where it's just very much like in its own little world. Quite literally, but like you get what I mean.
Yeah, for now.
For now. I think the cast are all really good. The CG ranges from good to great to whoa.
Well, Galactus, look at him.
Yeah, and then sometimes like, oh, that's a CG baby.
No, they said it was real.
Apparently, in the sequence where like they're giving birth, that is a puppet.
Oh, yeah, of course, that's a puppet. I know. Of course, that baby wasn't real.
No. Like I saw a picture. Like there's a puppet there. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, of course, it wasn't like an actual baby.
Mm-hmm.
It looked real, so I assumed that it was like a thing that they held, but I didn't think it was an actual baby, like a newborn.
Yeah, of course not. But
that'd be insane.
Obviously, the music from Michael Giacchino is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Bro's the GOAT. He does a great job. I think Matt Shakman is a director coming off from TV, because this is his first feature film in like 10 years. I think he does a good job in comparison to like... Because I think a complaint I've seen about this movie is that it feels very TV-ish. I don't personally see it that much, but I do kind of understand what they're saying, in that it feels very undynamic. Very stale in terms of like its direction, but I think he does a good job at like selling it when he needs to. And there are some really fun sequences in the movie. He definitely brought a vision to this. Movie's too short.
Yeah.
It's way too
short.
Very short. And whatever's going on right now with like comic book movies being a bit too short needs to fucking stop. Just needs to stop. Stop trimming down your movies heavily. Just stop it.
You gotta stop cutting movies too short. And if you're the first movie of your universe or whatever, stop starting in the middle. We must kill these trends.
Yeah.
I don't know when we became allergic to doing origin stories. I don't know when it started.
Probably when we did Superman like 3 times, Batman like 4 times, and Spider-Man 3 times.
No, we did Superman 2 times. Right.
I mean, I'm thinking pre-Homecoming, so we did Superman 3 times at least.
3 times.
That's not even counting like TV.
What's the third movie that I'm missing?
Returns.
That's not an origin story.
No, but it might as well be an origin story. It's a completely new Superman, even though it's not really a new Superman.
Well, it's supposed to be a sequel,
Yeah.
like spiritually. That's not an
Spider-Man,
origin
Spider-Man, we did
story.
twice. Batman, we did twice, technically. Yeah. So yeah, probably then. And then if you count like TV, you did Superman like 4 times.
Listen, some of these are fair.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Like
Fantastic Four, we did twice.
That one doesn't count.
Yeah. I mean, I get it with like, the origin story thing, especially if it's been done over and over.
I mean, I'm not
But
tired of it. I don't honestly think people are tired of that thing. I think that's just more. I don't know. Studios want something different with it, which I guess is fine.
Yeah.
But like, origin stories work. They just work. They're there for a reason.
in my opinion, they're the most interesting parts of the character stories.
Yes, you're right. You're very right about that.
Not that there's anything wrong with like starting in the middle or like the character stories after. It's just like establishing the character is always the more fun part of it.
I mean, I don't know. History shows that it just works better than starting in the middle.
I mean,
If you
Batman
ask me.
'89 works and it starts in the middle.
Batman starts more like, because the movie is kind of like, remember that one criminal that's like, who are you? Oh my god, you're real. So it's more like it's still starting like a little early on,
Yeah,
but it introduces you really well into it.
yeah. The Batman also starts
The Batman
like
does this too,
in the
yes.
middle. Yeah,
It's got a middle start, but it's also like
yeah.
an establishing of great things to come. His accomplishments haven't like his big accomplishments haven't happened yet,
Mm-hmm.
So it helps us wait.
Right.
This First Steps is like they're pretty far into it.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of things.
We do get a bit of their origin. We get to kind of see some of it and hear some of it.
And it's fucking cool.
Yeah, but
That
it's
scene of them.
it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the more I think about this movie, I think the less I like it, and not that I necessarily dislike it, but I still think it's an entertaining movie overall. But it's just not
Yeah,
one I'm not that
I like it in the terms
yeah.
of its entertainment aspects. Visually, yes,
Mm-hmm.
that too. Like the chemistry between the actors themselves, but the
Mm-hmm.
characters themselves are pretty tame, which is perhaps the most unfortunate part of this movie.
Yeah, Sue Storm kind of walks away the winner though.
Yeah,
I would
she
say.
she walked away with the most out of it, which is pretty nice compared to like Fantastic Four, the original. I mean,
Yeah.
just that movie, which is really boring.
Sue Storm in that movie is just the buzzkill mom.
Yeah, she's
That's the
kind of boring.
character, and she's really boring. Here, she gets a lot more to do and a lot more to say.
Yeah, but it seems to be at the risk of her co-stars or co-characters, because the
Yeah.
Thing, man, disappointing as hell that what they didn't do with the Thing in this movie. What they did and
Yeah.
didn't do. Because like he has scenes in the movie, where he's doing stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
get much out of him.
It feels like there was more. Like
There was more for sure.
It feels like there was more, and
Yeah.
we just don't get it. Johnny gets quite a bit to do. I think Sue and Reed are like the two characters that get the most.
Yeah.
I think I walked away understanding this Reed and Sue more than I did this Johnny and this Ben.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it is weirdly awkward considering how important these characters are.
It's really characterless.
Yeah. And there is stuff there. It's just not a whole
Isn't there?
lot.
Honestly, if you ask me, the best stuff that we get out of it is in the montage for all of them. I think the montage does well to establish the characters immediately, and I think you see their personalities pop through the montage as to when they speak and when they use their powers too. everything that we see them doing in the montage is just helps in that case, because it delivers it in a very fun way. It's quick, but it's effective too. It establishes their history in the world. And yeah, it it's pretty cool. I think that montage just does it all very well in the beginning. Too bad we don't get too much after that for most of them.
Okay. Because I do disagree a bit. I would need to spoil to say why. So I think from
Go
here
ahead.
on out, yeah, let's go into spoilers. Sorry, you've been warned. So to say what I would have to say to not necessarily counter, but to like go against it, I think you get more out of like Reed as an example after that montage. There's two key scenes with him that I think really tell you the most about him. And it's the one, I think this is take place, I don't remember if this, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember if this scene happens after his argument with Sue or before, but it's when he's holding baby Franklin, and he starts talking about like, oh, the most dads want their kids to look like their fathers, but me, I want you to be nothing like me.
Yeah.
And he starts talking about like, oh, all the things that he knows, and whenever he looks at Franklin, he doesn't know anything anymore, and he finds like a peace in that, or like a solace in that.
Okay,
And that
mind
like
you, okay,
excites him.
just like correct myself a little bit. I got more out of their montage with them as like a team together, and how they go about things.
Mm-hmm.
Not to deny what happens with Reed afterwards. Reed does good work in this movie. Like afterwards, yeah. Just to correct myself a little bit there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think there is some stuff to like their team dynamic, but more so, I think you get most of that. Like, yeah, I think I would agree that you get most of it in the intro, but there is some stuff later that I think shows it. Like, but it's not in any of the hero stuff. It's all in just like the mundanity, which is weird.
You asked me. The best part about it was when they were trying to put Franklin's seat together.
Sure, but I mean, like, what I'm trying to say
Well,
is that like it's not the hero bits, and like in the action and when they're like doing the superhero shit, that like the team feels like a team. It's in like the smaller aspects, like when they're all doing IT help desk together, like that stuff is where it's like I feel it the most. But it's, yeah, you would not be necessarily wrong to say that it feels the most prevalent in the opening sequence. But yeah, I think like the core of the story is just it's something about family, and that type of stuff.
About family.
It's something about family. I don't know. There maybe was a story that was told here. Maybe, who knows?
Who knows?
But it's just like it's very kind of lost in the weeds because they're doing a lot of things, and one of them being Galactus, who.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I was very impressed with Galactus, but also because my last experience with this guy on screen was a fucking fart cloud in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, you saw his silhouette.
Yeah, that was totally done as an afterthought because probably enough people on that production team were like, guys, why are we making Galactus a cloud?
No, I don't think there were. I think everyone thought Galactus looked stupid, and they said, let's make him a cloud. Why not?
Maybe. But then like you have like the little you see a little like helmet with the horns in the back, and then
yeah, that's all you get because they knew people would complain about it.
Yeah.
That's all you
Shit,
get.
the damn nerds are gonna complain. Okay, I guess we'll do a little Easter egg, just like how in the 2005 movie Doom's mask is just a fucking memorabilia from Latveria. Like, whatever, bro.
But yeah, Galactus looked awesome in this movie.
Yeah, perfect actor too to play him, Ralph Ineson.
Great actor. He had a great voice for it. He uses a very deep voice and really like a Cockney accent too. So
I think he's Irish.
Is he Irish?
I think he's Irish. I could be wrong, but I think he's Irish.
Gotta fact check this.
I don't know, the name like Ineson makes me think maybe of like Irish or Welsh descent.
You can be a Cockney Welsh, right?
Well, Welsh is like, no, you can't be a Cockney Welsh.
Yeah, he's English. He's English.
He's okay. Oh, he's from Yorkshire. Okay. All right. Because Welsh is like it's a separate country, but it's not. The UK's weird.
Yesn't.
Yeah, yesn't is yeah. There's a great bit in Ted Lasso where they're like, he's from Wales. Is that a different country or part of it? Yes and no.
He's from Wales. Is that a different country or what is it? Yeah. Yes, no.
But, yeah. Yeah, Galactus is a little bit underwhelming, but
I like how he looks.
Yeah, I like how he looks. I like some of the stuff he does.
Every shot with him is really cool.
Yeah,
every shot.
I'm just very disappointed that he just became Godzilla at the end.
There needed to be more of him.
Yeah, Silver Surfer gets a really cool standout sequence in the movie, but she also just doesn't get a whole lot either.
Yeah, she needed more too, and you know what? She was pretty cool from what I saw of her.
Yeah. I like some of the visual stuff they do with her, like literally surfing waves on like dust clouds and flames.
Ways,
it's like
the way she goes through walls. Like I really like that scene where she reaches into the ship as Sue is giving birth. And it's like he's almost there. It's a cool shot.
Almost there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think Julia Garner did about as good a job she could have with what she was given. She has a really cool presence. And I think she has a really cool way of speaking with this character that's different than I've ever seen her in. Because usually she kind of plays more energetic characters. More like personable characters with a certain personality.
Yeah, she's very stoic in here.
And here she's very stoic. Granted, the Silver Surfer is, to my understanding, pretty stoic of a character.
Yes. I mean, he gives off the impression of someone who's lived very long and seen a lot of things.
And I imagine being a herald of Galactus, you've lived very long and seen many things and probably have had to stuff away a lot and just kind of, stoic it out. But, I will say, it's kind of crazy that Johnny figures out such a major thing figures out a whole language over the course of like what seemed to be a couple months.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yeah, which is cool. I like that.
Not that he's smart, but yeah.
He's not the most Johnny ever. I like that he's not an asshole, but
no,
he doesn't just feel as like I don't know.
He just feels like a plain man.
Yeah, he's a goober.
Yeah, he's Johnny Plain, not Johnny not Johnny Storm.
Blaze is a different guy.
Johnny Blaze. I know.
Okay, it's weird. Fucking Marvel names, bro. Johnny Storm and Johnny Blaze. Those are way too similar.
Very similar, and one of them they both turn into fire people.
Yeah.
How creative, huh?
I know Stanley loved those fun names, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I I couldn't connect too much with his relationship with the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like. They clearly did it just so she could sacrifice herself in the end. Which everything has a purpose to the end of it, but it just felt like we got everything they did together out of the way just for that scene to happen. Yeah,
and it sucks because like that. I was telling because we did like the the big old group circle talk after as you do. And
as you do when you have friends.
Yeah, and I mentioned to one of our friends that like the backstory sequence, like the live action part of it, where like the Julia Gardner like out in like a set or whatever, not in Silver Surfer look, that was shot like maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Really?
That was a reshoot that they did last minute.
They did a reshoot and then they added that, but they cut other stuff.
Yeah, like let's talk about it. They cut probably 20 minutes of this movie out, and everyone knows. Like, this is not a thing where, like, like, the cinephiles know, or, like, only the people who really paid attention. Most of the people that, like, I've talked to about this movie who've seen it, because I've talked to some people at work who've seen it, and they could tell that there was stuff trimmed out.
they could tell that there was a longer movie in there somewhere. And that is crazy to me. That is crazy that this is such a common thing that people are noticing.
The audience
Because this is normally not something that everyone notices. But, like, people are catching on that this was a longer movie at some point, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they make so many mentions to the Red Ghost and to Mole Man, and they're, like, in the case, like, Mole Man's barely in the movie, and in the case of Red Ghost, he just doesn't exist. But we know that he existed. He was played by John Malkovich. He's in the teaser trailer, and yet he's just nowhere to be found in the actual movie. Bullshit, Max Shakman. There's no director's cut somewhere. Bullshit. There's about 15-20 minutes of this movie that we know you cut out, and it's visible in some of this movie. Like,
yeah, don't lie to us.
Ugh.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Look at my PFP. I know something about you. I just can't prove it.
Yeah, literally. and on my PFP, I'm Reed Richards turning you, going, huh?
You're a liar. You're lying to me.
God. Yeah. I, oddly enough, don't really have a whole lot to say. I mean, it's just
It's
pretty cut and dry.
I have one little thing. It might be a little controversial at this point, but we're this far ahead. Remember when we were talking about this movie and you said, you know what? And we said this is the best Fantastic Four movie, and that got me thinking a little bit about it. Like, how much do I actually believe that? So then yesterday when I got back from work, I went to work. I went and saw the 2005 movie. Now, by all means, it is still not a great movie. 2005 movie is highly enjoyable on my end, but I think I ended up concluding that the 2005 movie might be better than this, and just for the initial fact that it got the team forming together right before this movie did. It got the characters, except for Storm. She's boring as fuck. She's really boring. She's boring as fuck. I can't. I can't.
Those characters do nothing but bicker with each other.
Well, that's the start of it. It
doesn't really feel like they like each other until like the end.
Well, that's kind of the start of it, and it's like,
But they don't really grow. It just kind of they bicker. They're constantly separated for the whole thing, and then they're a team by the end. It's
they do.
Weird.
Like there's Ben, who chooses to sacrifice his humanity again to like be a hero and save his friends.
Yeah, of course. That's because Ben's the most fleshed out character in the whole movie.
Yeah, there's Johnny, who, as we see him throughout the movie, is a hothead, hotshot who seeks the thrill of everything and sees like the benefit of his powers for for the best things that he can come out of it. But when it comes down to it,
very
he
superficial things.
Well, is who he is. The fame, the thrill, the chicks. That's who Johnny Storm is.
He's also a massive asshole who, like, during the worst week of Ben's life, loves to torture him for it.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, he is a hero. He's a hero. He does good. He does good. And he doesn't only just like fuck with Ben because he's an asshole. Like, he fucks with him to for fun, because he's trying to cheer him up a little bit too. No, he's trying to cheer him up a little bit too. Like, when he showed him the toy, that wasn't just to make fun of him. That was like, look at this cool thing that they made. And he's upset that Ben broke it because it's like a cool thing that he made for him too. And then there's Reed, who is dealing with not only the guilt of like being wrong about the mission that happened, he's dealing with the guilt of what he did to his team, and he's especially guilty about it with Ben. With Ben, who he promised, I'm going to do the best that I can, no matter my dying breath. I will do it. No one, I will do it. And he's dealing with that guilt throughout the movie. He's overworking himself. And not only that, he's still trying to like mend his relationship with Sue, because it's like they have a history, they have a past. Now, while the stuff with Sue isn't great, because again she's really boring.
And contradictory.
What?
Contradictory too.
Who, Sue?
Yeah.
How so?
The movie is constantly trying to show that like maybe Victor and Sue had a thing at some point, and then at the end of it, she just kind of goes, No, we were never a thing.
Yeah, well, it's
Even
just
though
the idea is
every
just
other
that
character has the perception that like they were a thing,
well,
but
that's just
it's not like clearly stated. And then she has that
it's
moment
it's
where like
the
she's looking through Reed's stuff. Victor shows up, and then she acts like a significant other finding a picture of their ex. Like it's
well, I don't know if you noticed, like in the movie, she's not really comfortable with him
no,
during their
yeah,
scenes alone. She's
yeah.
never really comfortable with him. So what she means by that is that despite the attachment that there had been, it wasn't really anything that was meaningful to her. Like it never was. Despite what she tried to make of it, or what Victor tried to make of it, and we
He
know that Victor's
proposes to
reason for
her.
being with her, huh?
He proposed to her.
Yeah, and I mean we know of Victor's reasons too. Reasons is because he can have any woman he wants, so he wants her. They're not great reasons. He's a piece of shit, and
Also,
I think Sue herself knew that. But they're because she wanted to read all the time. She wanted to read. Not out of what if I missed her time in horror, kind of does, but yeah, yeah. But like back to Reed, yeah, it's all about him mending his relationship with her, as well as like dealing with the consequences of him, of what he did to that he couldn't prevent saving the team, what they all have, and it's all about that. And he seeks comfort in her during him working over it, and
that's
we
all
see
really. Hmm.
I was saying we see most of this crashing down when Ben thinks that Reed is betraying him. That he's not following his promise because I am here because of you. And you're like, just having fun with her? What the fuck? And then by the end of it all, they get over all those issues and deal with Doom. Doom is like Doom sucks in that movie too, by the way. He doesn't function.
Doom is awful.
Yeah, he needs a lot of work, mind you. But at the very least, he does stuff like his actions do like lead to the separation of the team and a lot of their issues to by the end of it where he almost wins. But when it wants to come together, which is essentially what the movie is about, a family coming together, they can deal with anything, all trials and tribulation, and they beat Doom with ease because of their teamwork, because of who they come to be, and the relationships that they form.
That all sounds really cool, but that's not what the movie feels like. That movie feels
Well,
like a cartoon.
that's what happens.
Yeah, but that's not how it feels.
Uh, well, that's just subjective.
It's a very goofy movie. It's
It's goofy.
practically a comedy. What you're saying
Well,
sounds way more profound than how that movie ends up feeling.
That's what happens. That's in the movie.
But I didn't really pick up on that because that's not how the movie feels ultimately. It's very goofy.
Well,
It's not
well,
taking
that
that
happens
it's not
based.
taking that super seriously.
That does happen a lot based on perception, but it is stuff that happens. Like whether it feels like it or not, that is like. I just mentioned. I should describe the whole movie to you, not the whole movie. I just
Yeah, you sure did.
a lot of the movie. Yeah. That's what happened in the movie. I can tell you something else. Like the
I know you
2005. I can tell you about the snowboarding part with Johnny. That's really silly too. It's very 2005ish because everything had to be rock and roll. But you know why it works? It works because it establishes the fact that Johnny has burning giant powers, and it also works because he's trying to hit on this girl while snowboarding, and it shows that Johnny is a thrill seeker and likes the fun of it all. Thrill seeker, hothead. That's character development stuff that we see in there. With Johnny, like it establishes character.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
Or again, Johnny, he doesn't hesitate to save that little girl in the bridge. Sees her first, and he jumps straight to save her. That's just a cool thing about Johnny himself that I see in that movie. He's an asshole, but when it comes down to it, he's a superhero. He's a hero. He likes to save people. It's not just about his selfish desires. Now that he has superpowers, he wants to do good with it too. That's one thing about Johnny that I appreciate compared to this movie.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
It is cool. And yeah, Ben.
Well, yeah, Ben is
Yeah, yeah,
Ben's the
Ben.
best.
Ben.
Ben's the best thing about that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the one part of it that they take 100% seriously, and he works.
the one part of it.
My fault.
It's a funny movie. I'll give you that. It makes me laugh, for sure. But you know, it's got like things to it that they're to appreciate compared to like what most people say about it.
Sure.
I just thinking about it and seeing it again. I think it's a little better than this movie. Oddly enough, people will disagree with that. I understand that, but you know what? As an origin story, it like does the things that it has to do, right? Like exploring their powers, like the scientific talk, and like seeing the team work around it. It's cool. I like that movie. Second movie, no, it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, Fantastic, unwatchable
Genuinely,
for sure.
that is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Probably
Ever.
one of my most hated movies.
Like, can I get any worse? Maybe, but kind of sucks that I can't get worse.
Than Fantastic.
Maybe, I don't know. You said it's one of your least favorite movies, so I mean that means it might be something worse, right?
Yeah, like I can think of like two movies that I think are worse than it off the top of my head, and they're like the most obvious ones to think of.
Obvious ones.
Well, Dragon Ball Evolution and The Last Airbender.
Oh, man, that's typical. I was expecting something else.
That's why I said they were obvious.
I didn't think that would be that obvious.
Like, what do you want me to say? Well, we want me to say Black Widow? Because I'm not going to say Black Widow.
Why would I want you to say Black Widow?
Hmm?
Why would I want you to say Black Widow?
Just was off the dome.
God damn, dude. Get over it. I don't like Black Widow.
I don't care. I don't like it either.
Damn, but you brought it up like I'm talking about it again.
I can't think of any comic book movies that I think are worse than Fantastic.
Well, you know what? Wait, why do I Madam Web?
It's not worse than Fantastic. That might be more of a controversial opinion than you saying 2005 movies better than First Steps.
Well, it just shouldn't have been better. I'm touching.
Not really.
No, you know what's true? Dragon Ball Evolution, that movie's a masterpiece. I don't know where you put it that high up, bro. That high up as a bad movie. Movie slaps.
This is what I deal with, folks.
I don't know, what did I do?
I don't really know what more to say about First Steps, honestly. It's very blech movie.
Yeah, I like it. I
do like it. I did have fun.
I enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah. There's quite a bit I like about it, but I don't know how rewatchable it's gonna be, to be honest with you.
Maybe not. It's probably not gonna, like we said, it's not gonna age as well.
Oh
as we,
yeah,
think it might be.
you're dead on that. It's gonna age like milk. Is there a thing that ages faster than milk? Because like
Fish. Probably fish.
Sure,
yeah.
it'll age like fish. You heard, first time for everything.
Yeah. Like fish, like if you don't keep it cold, of course.
Yeah.
Might age faster.
Milk goes bad even if you put it in the fridge.
Yeah, but it's got its expiration date. You know when it's gonna go bad.
Yeah. Hey, we know exactly when this movie's gonna go bad.
Yeah. Oh my god, maybe milk might actually be the apt comparison.
December of next year, Christmas of next year.
Oh,
This movie will have aged like milk.
That'll come real quick.
Ooh, excuse me.
You're excused.
But, I don't know.
Not remarkable, but I'm surprised I
Not
liked
remarkable.
it.
I am also surprised you liked it.
I don't know what it was. It was just like
Vibes,
fun.
maybe.
Vibes? Yeah,
Vibes.
it's the vibes. It's probably the vibes.
I think it was the fact that it was completely separated from everything else in the MCU that allowed it to kind of just be its own thing.
That certainly helps.
Yeah.
Like again, I think after that montage, I was like, whoa. I know I really like that montage.
It's a fun montage.
I think I want to see the movie that montage is. I think I want to see that movie.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool movie.
I think I want to see the rest of this one.
Where did it go?
Where did it go? Yeah, I will say something that really helps with the opening montage is the way it's presented, like the fact that it's like as if it's a TV special type thing. Like I think that really helps with like the vibe and what it's like going for. I just wonder what else this movie was trying to do that it didn't quite accomplish. Because there's been a weird, like, I guess maybe not weird, but like a very heavy dissatisfaction with this movie. Because there's obviously the people that really enjoyed it and really loved it, and like that's all fine and good. But there seems to be a very big subset that are very disappointed with this movie, and it's weirdly feeling like. I mean, I don't know how much you'll have to say about this, but it's weirdly feeling like a reverse of where we were 10 years ago with the Marvel versus DC thing.
Where everyone was saying, fuck DC, DC sucks. And
yeah.
Everyone was going, yeah, Marvel.
It's like they're a lot harsher on the Marvel movie compared to where DC is, and not saying that people aren't being harsh on Superman, obviously not. I'm not saying that, but it's like Superman's got his critics. But it's like, but there's a lot more enthusiasm about Superman versus Fantastic Four. And it is feeling like a reverse of where we were. Maybe 10 years ago is the wrong number, but like 9 years ago. Like, because I'm thinking of like Suicide Squad and Batman versus Superman. Right? Like, that's what I'm explicitly thinking about.
Yeah.
It feels like the reverse of that situation. Obviously, neither movies are as bad as BVS or in Suicide Squad, but it feels like a reverse of that situation, and it's really weird.
Yeah, I have seen I feel like things of people talking about this movie and then comparing it to Superman and then talking about why like this one isn't good or like sucks straight up,
or just isn't as good as Superman or is whatever have you,
or like or straight up saying it sucks like compared to Superman.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple pods of people like who actively hate this movie.
Yeah, it's strange because wasn't this movie like really being pushed by fans as like, hey, let's celebrate both, but like when we were building out to both of them, and now it's like, wow.
I still kind of sit in the hey, two cakes.
Yeah,
and not even just like I've liked both movies, which is like a feat on its own, but like more so just like, hey, we got two comic book movies that people seem to generally enjoy, and they're apparently succeeding, so two cakes. But yeah, there is a weird division.
Yeah, it's suddenly it's like a civil war. It's like a civil war, you could say.
Yeah, it's BVS and Civil War all over again. Yeah. But
yeah. Actually, you're right about that. As the people saying this one sucks, this one doesn't. Yeah, kind of.
And it is also two movies that have some weirdly similar things going on.
Kind of.
It's
well, they were going off like the fresh start idea.
Yeah, they're both taking place in the middle of the action. They both have to deal with like some things with like public perception. They're both coming off of franchises that have been dormant for a while or been
the black hole in both of them or something,
or haven't like been super successful in a long time or at all.
Right.
It's a weird one. It's a weird coincidence.
But hey, they're not gonna teleport the Earth in Superman, at least.
No, they certainly did try to teleport the Earth in Fantastic Four.
What's
They
the Patrick?
they
What's the
certainly
Patrick
tried.
name again? What's the Patrick joke?
The Patcher. Oh yeah, take Bikini Bottom and move it somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we just took the Earth and pushed it somewhere else?
Push it somewhere else, literally.
Yeah.
What's the other thing?
Yeah. And then Galactus looks at it and goes, "Nah, Silver Surfer, get down there."
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, Silver Surfer goes, "Nah, stop this shit real quick." I did like that the
Clever little bugs.
how much they were reiterating that like Reed can see like think through every problem, and when they both him and Sue realize they have to use the baby, it's like, fuck, we have to use the baby. It's the only way, because they're doing everything in their power to not have to use the baby.
Yeah.
But I do think it's very funny. I don't think the general audience knows the kind of demon they just unleashed into this universe with Franklin Richards.
No, they don't know
That's
yet.
That's devastating.
You can bring out people from the dead, dude.
Bring back people from the dead, create pocket universes for fun. Can do literally anything. That's a dangerous thing to put in this universe now. They don't know what they've done.
No, they have no idea.
Yeah.
That's fine. He won't last long. We'll forget. It's a baby, so we forget about him soon. Or it's a little boy.
Hey,
It's a kid now. Yeah.
You know what I can say? They did something that they don't normally do in the MCU. They didn't kill the villain off.
True. They didn't, so I guess
They
we'll see
didn't.
him.
So maybe we'll
guess-
see Galactus again.
I
Maybe
guess
we'll see Galactus again.
Galactus will return in Secret Wars.
Yeah. That'd be really funny if he does.
Alright, I'm the villain now. Hi, what's up?
Because, like,
Oh,
theoretically,
no.
you want to hear something stupid? This Galactus isn't super tall, comparatively. Theoretically,
Theoretically.
you could just have Giant Man fight him.
Oh,
I mean, it would be a wash. Galactus would win.
Yeah,
but
his ass.
it'd be really funny to see Ant-Man look at it and be like, "Yeah, I got this," and then just
Okay,
get
but
0
Emma's
point
gotta
energy.
Emma's gotta get really big though.
He can.
It's gotta get really, really big. Like Galactus was building size. Ant-Man wasn't that much building size.
How big do you? Well, okay, clearly wasn't that big in Quantumania because the quantum realm was like super small.
Yeah.
And it's like, but he was pretty big in Quantumania, comparatively. Like if we're to think that the quantum realm is like a city, or like Kang's area was like a city.
I was gonna go back to Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he was like almost building size, but that was like a smaller building.
Almost building size, yeah.
Yeah, they were in New York buildings.
Yeah, they were. He was taller than like the Baxter. He was almost as tall as the Baxter building. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty tall. Ant-Man's gonna have to like go up, and
Oh, yeah,
like,
we
tear
know-
his organs apart.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Doctor Doom. Yeah, man, I really would love to be excited about the fact that Doctor Doom isn't like a thing, but
Yeah.
I know who's under that mask.
Yeah, I said it before. It would have been so fucking cool if I didn't
Yeah.
know Doctor Doom was, coming. That was like the first thing I ever saw of Doctor Doom.
Yeah. I also would really like it if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr. under that fucking mask.
That'd be cool.
I would really have liked that. But it is him, and they
I wish it was
confirmed it's
nobody.
him.
I wish it was nobody under the mask. I wish it was just the mask. That'd be cool.
Yeah. It's like. Also, apparently
like
he's not going to be disfigured in Doomsday.
I guess not.
I'm like, okay.
No. we
Technically,
can't
I think it was like in some of like Jack Kirby's old drawings, he wasn't disfigured. But I don't know.
No, we can't put too much makeup on Robert Downey Jr. Right?
No, you got to see that face.
Yeah. Gotta see him act.
Yeah. Throw out quips.
I'm Doom. How do you
Jarvis,
do?
Jarvis, start dooming everywhere.
Just Doom in Time.
It's Doom in Time. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Clobbering Time.
Clobbering Time. The movie sucks.
Yeah. So
It's bad.
It's so
I don't like
lame.
It's clobbering time. I mean, I wanted to hear it's clobbering time. Something like that, man. Come on. It was very. It didn't mean anything afterwards.
Yeah.
I liked Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie was fun. He's
Herbie
voiced
was
by General
cute.
Grievous.
Huh? That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbie was fun. Seeing him like do all the stuff in the back of the building, helping out, taking care of the baby.
Did you catch his like his one F board?
F word?
Yeah. When Mole Man like hits the power switch on accident and like it goes back on, Herbie goes,
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, one little thing I liked. I liked it when because clearly Herbie's someone with he's a robot. He's got like some emotions to him. I like that when Ben was like trying the sauce. He was like, "Oh, okay, is this guy good or what?" And he's saying, "Let's put garlic on it." And then he doesn't want Johnny to taste it because he knows Johnny will hurt his feelings when he says it's bad. So he's like trying to like not hurt Herbie's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
I love the little detail that whenever Johnny and Herbie are in the same scene together, Johnny is always petting Herbie like a dog. And he calls him Herbert.
What wasn't it Reed that called him Herbert because it was like
No, Johnny calls him it a couple times, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Johnny's like, "Oh, Herbert." Yeah. Reed calls him Herbie.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I called him Herbert because that's like the robot name, so he's like being more like technical about his purposes, like he's a robot.
Reed only calls him Herbie. It's Johnny who calls him Herbert. It's yeah. How you feeling about Thing with a beard?
It's fine.
With a rock beard.
Made me miss when he didn't have a beard because he just looks better that way.
He does look better without a beard, but yeah.
It was very strange seeing him with the beard and then hearing his clobbering time come out of that thing.
Mm.
Like you expect Kratos to say it's clobbering time with that beard, and then you hear it's clobbering time.
I still really like Ebon in the role. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's great. Everyone's
the movie
great.
doesn't really give him a lot to do, and it's really sad.
Yeah. Everyone's a good actor.
There was clearly more with him.
No, anything with his girlfriend? No, his little girlfriend.
Man,
the kid, his neighborhood, nothing.
I did like some of like
the
cute little details, like the little references that we're doing, like Stanley and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, that was nice.
The ship's name is the Excelsior.
Yeah.
The universe that it's in, Earth 828, is Jack Kirby's birthday, August 28th.
Good homage.
Yeah. I think there's a shot in like a comic shop or like a room where like two people are making comics, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, pretty
or
sure.
Or at least like an homage to them. But yeah, there's fun little things like that. Crazy that they were just like, yeah, Subterranean's here. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, Subterranea. Okay. Let's just go for it. Let's go full. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go full.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. I just wish the movie was had a little more meat to its bones. A little more going on.
Yeah, any more, and it might have been the best Fantastic Four movie, but no, that's Incredibles.
Oh, it'll always be The Incredibles.
It'll always be The Incredibles.
Yeah. It's never going to be anything else. Like, are you kidding?
Anything else.
They can make a Fantastic Four movie that's like better than every other MCU movie to ever exist, and it would still not be as good as The Incredibles.
Yeah, it's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, agreed. Anyways, you guys should watch The Incredibles instead of it.
Yeah, basically just watch The Incredibles.
Yeah. Fire up that Disney Plus account, hit play on The Incredibles, and watch The Incredibles. It's really good.
Or buy it on Blu-ray. Or buy it on Blu-ray in 4K.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
In
please.
fact, fire up an old VHS or something. I don't know.
For the sake of our futures, you must.
Yeah, I would say Incredibles is a pretty fantastic movie.
Yeah, shoot you in the face.
Fuck. You're supposed to laugh, damn it.
No, it's good. It's not fantastic. It's incredible. Gabe, what are you doing here? Stop!
Boo, 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 boo.
Stop now!
All you hear is just fucking Tom screams from Tom and Jerry.
Oh!
Ah! I'm also not gonna. Oh, I just pulled something old ass man shit.
Man.
I was about to say I'm probably also not gonna give this a score right now because I'm not certain
Yeah.
how I feel. I'll probably see it
I don't
again.
know. I don't know what to give either.
Yeah,
Being real.
I
like it.
I'll probably watch it again before I kind of decide on that. Because I really wanna see this again to kind of just pay attention. Not pay attention. That's the wrong phrase, but like,
Understand it more.
yeah, just kind of look at it a little more because I'm like, what's not working here? I don't know. Man. You know what it is, though?
What is it?
It's better than Brave New World.
It is better than Brave New World. That is true.
It's quite a bit better than Brave New World.
It's a bit better, you could say. You know. Yeah. I know Brave New World is like peak fiction.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
funny that people are like talking about how much they're really enjoying comic book movies right now, and like everyone forgets that Brave New World came out this year.
Everyone forgets. It really is just
Everyone
forgettable.
forgets. And honestly, yeah, fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll forget about it too. Yeah. Hell
Yeah, it's really funny. You got Thunderbolts, you got Superman, and you got like
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, like being like super like liked movies by a lot of people, and then you got Brave New World, they're like in the corner.
Yeah. And everyone goes, it's literally, what is it, is it the Family Guy? Like, everybody in? Not you,
Not you.
Ah, poo.
It's like if Ghidorah had a fourth head.
And it's the silly head, and it's just Brave New
It's
World.
the silly head, yeah. Give Ghidorah a fourth head. It's the one Hydra head that doesn't grow back.
It's the Hydra head that got cut off in King of the Monsters and had to get regrown. So that head was Brave New World, got cut off, and it grew back in as Thunderbolts.
You see, I was just talking about like the four-headed Hydra. It said like cut it off and then more grow back. That one.
Oh.
I was talking about that one, but like it never grew back.
There's got to be a Hydra in fiction that's like four heads, right?
Yeah. What's the usual Hydra?
It's usually three. It's usually the three head thing, but like there's got to be a four head one, right?
I don't know.
Huh.
Anyway, there are many analogies to describe Brave New World's next to those other three movies.
Yeah. And all of them is just, why are you here? Get out of here.
One of these things
is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Yeah. Yeah, I would say we're having a pretty super fantastic summer, if you ask me. Shoot me now.
I wouldn't call it fantastic, but F1 is pretty good.
F1's pretty good. I like Materialist quite a bit.
My favorite movie this summer.
I liked it. I guess I wouldn't say I liked Eddington, but I thought Eddington was good. What else is coming out this summer? I liked Ballerina.
Yeah.
I liked Ballerina. Haven't seen the Smurfs yet, but I hear it's abysmal. So.
Great, can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait. So to kind of briefly talk about the box office real quick, this movie opened similar to Superman.
Oh yeah.
Like, within a couple million. Superman opened to 125 million. This movie opened to 118. Domestic.
It's almost symmetrical. Daft Kid will be proud.
And opening weekends, total, like worldwide, Superman opened to 220. Fantastic Four opened to 210.
Wow.
They are performing remarkably similar, like domestically, or like from like a, sorry, not domestic, like demographically, like they're performing very similar. I think the only difference is that Fantastic Four is doing better with Latino crowds. Like the Latin audience showed up more for Fantastic Four than they did for Superman. And here's the really ironic stat: more families went to go see Superman than they did Fantastic Four.
Might be because Superman is more popular, so I guess it's more of a family friendly.
Probably. It's just really funny that the movie about family is doing worse with families.
Because they've lost a lot of steam throughout the years as being like, well known.
Yeah. The Fantastic Four are not exactly household names anymore.
No, not anymore. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. They were unfortunately, they were devalued as a brand because Marvel was trying to just get them back in-house. And they just devalued the brand comic-wise to try to get Fox to sell, and they just never did.
They're own the worst enemy. You know what we're gonna do? We gotta go Spider-Man in them now. We gotta go put Spider-Man back in the Fantastic Four. He'll make them popular. He'll make them famous again.
I mean, unironically, I would like to see a Future Foundation movie.
Of course.
Unironically, I would like that.
Yes,
I just don't want to see. I just don't want to see that with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
No, get rid of him.
And I like Tom Holland Spider-Man, but
I've had enough.
I'll watch Brand New Day. I'm hoping good things, but we'll see.
Too, but
they're saying all the right. They're saying all the right things.
Yeah, they're buttering us up.
Yeah.
But I hope that's the last thing of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm tired.
Well, I mean, it won't be because we're gonna see him in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Okay, then I hope.
Well, maybe not Doomsday, but we'll definitely see him in Secret Wars.
Okay, well then I hope that's the last of him.
Yeah. I mean, Tom doesn't seem like he wants to play the character forever, and like, good for him. The dude's got the Odyssey coming out next year. Like, he's gonna be fine.
I'm not worried about Tom. I'm just worried about Spider-Man.
Yeah. You think we're about due for another reboot?
For Spider-Man?
Of the character? The
Yeah.
the third reboot?
Seems like we are.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, do they like reboot this entire franchise again, and people just go, "Can we fucking stop?"
Like Marvel in general, like an MCU.
Marvel in general, Spider-Man in general, but I feel like it's it's a time of distance type thing.
Maybe it might just legitimately help them to just make like solo movies, not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Down the line, like just make a random Iron Man movie, not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
But people like connected universes.
Yeah. Well, and Marvel is the reason why people like connected universes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is incredible what they were able to accomplish in those first 10 years, first 11 years.
I mean,
you know, it was an experiment. It was an experiment what they were doing. No one had ever done that before.
It's just cool idea. The idea of like branching stories throughout the years with characters and then like crossover events down the line. That's just a cool fucking idea.
Yeah. And they did it, and they accomplished it, and yeah, and then things happened after.
And then they flew too close to the sun.
Yeah. But hey, we got one that we liked.
We got the one.
Or okay, I've liked a couple of these
You
since then.
you
got one.
You like two this year.
I did like two of them this year. Yeah. Which is
that's better than none.
That's two more than I liked last year.
Yeah, man, dude, that's better than one. Hell, you know what's better than what's better than one? Two.
You know what's better than two?
Three. But that hasn't happened yet.
And you know what's better than three?
Oh my god, four.
Fantastic
Four.
And that's on 4.
Fantastic, ain't it?
Fantastic, ain't it?
You can't say that.
God. Oh well. I mean, what is one to say, right?
What's one to say? There go our first steps.
Yep. But can't wait for Doomsday to ruin all this goodwill. And I hope Supergirl works out.
Hope it's good. Yeah. Hope they hope it all works out. I hope whenever Marvel reboots, I hope that turns out well too.
Yeah. A clean slate might be good for them. I mean, it's not gonna be a fully clean slate, but you know,
it should be.
I think they'll keep the Fantastic Four.
Get rid of them. I know there's this guy here that's pretty cool, but some of them are old. Pedro is old as fuck. He's 54.
Yeah.
He's not gonna have these roles for long.
He's a hot commodity right now, though.
Yeah, that's why he's in a lot of. It's annoying that he's in a lot of shit, but I don't blame him because if I'm getting up there and this is like my last shot to like do stuff.
Yeah, and he got his big break a lot later in life.
Yeah, so like as a career choice, yeah, you get as many roles as you can before you become too old to get these roles.
Yeah,
because I don't know how many 54-year-olds are you seeing getting casted as a superhero? Not a lot.
No. Yeah, not many.
Yeah, not many. I mean, Robert, he's an exception because he was already one, and they wanted him back. So it's like, oh, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And you get the 40-year-old Idris Elba and 40-years-old John Cena.
Yeah, they're still active. They can still run. if they can run, they're castable.
I mean, who knows? Pedro might be in great shape when he's in his 60s.
Might be. Maybe he'll pull a Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, that was pretty much it for both these movies. I mean, it is what it is. I would say Superman is the more interesting of the two movies, but
a little more interesting. I like that I didn't despise them. That's nice.
Yeah, that's new.
I'm full of surprises.
But, yeah.
In conclusion, go watch F1.
Yeah, go watch F1. That movie's fun.
The movie of the summer, if you ask me.
Well, the summer ain't over yet.
I don't know what's gonna get better. Wait, hold on. Is Nobody 2 coming out this summer?
Yeah, that comes out next month. Weapons comes out next month. Weapons comes out next week. Actually, Weapons is next week.
Oh,
and I'm very excited about it. Weapons. I think that movie looks really interesting.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's stuff to look forward to then.
Yeah, Naked Gun is this week. Bad Guys 2 is this week.
This week? What the fuck?
Yeah. As of recording. But yeah, there's some stuff in August, but just not a whole lot.
There's more than usual.
Yeah.
That's
but
nice.
after this month, after August, there's nothing until like October. Unless you're like a cinephile. But like there are no big movies until October.
October. Oh, that's fine. That's like a break from movies, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
there's stuff for
September.
like Us, because there's like one battle after another. There's
Yeah,
like-
but like, damn, so much shit came out this summer, like weekly. Like, damn, slow down, please.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think part of like the issue with like Fantastic Four and Superman's box office is that, because I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Superman's ending its run even meeting Man of Steel's box office numbers.
No.
Unless everything else the rest of like next month crashes and burns, Superman's not making it to 700 million. It's just not. And Fantastic Four probably has no hope in hell. So, that's just unfortunate. And I think the problem is that these movies should have been spaced out. Like,
Yeah, they should have.
Fantastic Four should have been positioned for like August, and then Superman and then Superman take the, like, I'm thinking like put Fantastic Four end of August, Leave it like
Yeah.
a Labor Day movie.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
then
what it
makes
is.
and then makes
It-
Superman the end of July movie, so that there's distance between Jurassic World and Superman.
That's a good idea. It seems like I don't know. They're allergic to sending movies out in August,
Yeah.
like big movies.
Well, August
And
is
it's
not a
open.
particularly popular month. It's like when people are winding down, they're preparing for school, the kids are going back.
I get that, but it's such an open month for like to put anything out.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Literally have open
31
spots.
days. 31 days that you can put something in.
Nothing comes out that month. You should capitalize.
January is another untapped one too, but unfortunately, like between January and August, they're both considered dumping grounds. Like nothing good comes out those months. They're just
No.
dumping ground months. February used to be another one, but then Black Panther changed that. And then April used to be a dumping ground too, but then Fast and Furious started taking that month, and then Marvel put out Captain America in April. So now, like, April is now considered like the start of the summer movie season.
Wait, I'm wondering, was it Black Panther or was it Deadpool that changed the February landscape? Because Deadpool's pretty like,
Deadpool did really well for itself. Black Panther,
yeah, Black Panther was
Yeah.
historic, of course. I'm just wondering, like, because I'm wondering, like, was Deadpool like a good like thing for people to go, hey,
well,
February
Deadpool was positioned well because it's kind of a rom com, and it came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it like works on that aspect. I'm just wondering, like, for studio heads being like, hold on, February is a good market. Deadpool made it really good. It was really good there.
Yeah, March is
I
kind
think-
of underutilized, but March is usually like kind of the just put anything there kind of month. April is starting to get utilized a lot more now. Like a Minecraft movie came out in April. Sinners came out in April.
I mean, Avengers, right? April.
Avengers came out in
Avengers movies came
April.
out in
Yep. Only two of them did.
Well,
Infinity
Endgame
War
and-
and Endgame. Captain America: Winter Soldier came out in April. Furious 7 came out in April. It's a good month. Because like you have, especially if you have like that spring vacation week. Like if you come out right before spring vacation, like you get all the kids are off for the week, so now they're all going to be going to the movies. But summer is like the most packed time because it's like, the kids are out, so
Because,
you gotta
and
get
then
them to the
December,
movies.
and then December is cash money time.
Yeah, Christmas is cash money. Thanksgiving is cash money. Christmas is cash money. The summer is cash money. Halloween is like sometimes cash money, depending on like the kind of movie that comes out, and if it is
If you release a
received
horror
well.
movie.
Warner Brothers is really banking on Mortal Kombat 2 to help out their fall slate. I don't know why
There's gonna be so much fucking money.
I don't know why they. October and November are like slaughter ground months right now. Because like October has like 5 big movies coming out that month, and November has like 5 as well. Like it's nuts. I don't know
Yeah,
why
what-
they did that.
What is gonna make money those days? Gotta wonder.
Zootopia and Wicked are pretty much guaranteed to make a shit ton
Oh
of money.
yeah.
Wicked being guaranteed because of how well Wicked Part 1 did. And there's a lot of goodwill and a lot of untapped market share to grab onto, so yeah.
That's Wicked 2, right? Coming out in November.
Yes. It actually moved out of the way to get away from Zootopia. They were gonna come out on the same day. But now
Ooh,
they're
so
like...
is Predator
now they're, I
Badlands
think,
cooked.
Predator Badlands is coming out about 2 or 3 weeks before it.
Okay.
So, also very
Like-
different audiences. The problem
Like
is it's
that.
coming out the same day as The Running Man, which has probably the exact same kind of audience as Predator Badlands.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Predator isn't as popular as it used to be. Not at all.
But
it's
they are
like-
coming off of the goodwill of Prey and Predator or Hunter of Hunters or whatever it's called.
Killer of Killers.
Killer of Killers.
Yeah, that was on
Um,
Hulu though.
Well, they did really well on Hulu. So
Did they?
and they're really they did. And they're kind of coming off of like they're using a lot of like the from the director of Prey. So anyone who saw Prey, which is probably a lot of people, are are going to be like, oh, I saw that, I liked that, and then they'll go see a new Predator movie. And
Maybe.
also, it's been a really long time since The Predator.
Because the Predator movie was in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a very hot minute. So I think distance and separation is good. That's why something like Final Destination does so well. Is that there's just enough distance between movies that like there's a hunger for it.
Hey, want to see dumb idiots die in a movie? Here you go.
Hell yeah! And people said yes, please give me that.
Yes, please. Ooh.
And also, it's entertaining and it's like a crowd pleaser kind of movie, and it's the kind of movie that people are like, go see that, go see that.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe I should wonder. Romulus did really well in theaters, so maybe Batman is slated to do really well.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they'll come off of that goodwill.
Fucking Romulus.
Yeah. I think Tron Ares might be cooked.
Think. That's coming out, what, December, right?
October.
Oh, okay.
Early October. Problem is that like I think it's coming out the same day as the Smashing Machine. Now I don't think the Smashing Machine is going to outperform Tron Ares. My problem is that after it is the Black Phone 2. And horror movie audiences are notoriously unpredictable.
Was the Black Phone movie first one really successful?
I don't know. It was definitely cheap.
It's a classic. 161.4 million worldwide. Against a budget of 16 million.
Yeah. So cheap.
Cheap.
But the thing is that horror movie audiences are completely unpredictable. You can never quite figure out if horror movie audiences are gonna like what they're gonna show up to. Because sometimes they'll really show up for a movie and sometimes they won't. Like pretty prime example is It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2.
They showed up for It 1, right?
Yeah, and then It Chapter 2 really underperformed comparatively.
Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe the word of mouth wasn't very good, so.
Maybe. Also, 2 years of distance probably didn't help.
It's true. And it's longer. It's a lot longer. It's a fucking long ass movie. It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wait, did it come out during the whole HBO Max thing? Maybe that was why.
It Chapter 2?
Yeah.
No, that was pre-pandemic, bro. That was 2019.
What?
That was 2019.
No, yeah. I was wondering if the HBO Max thing started out in 2019.
No, that was end of 2020, early 2021.
Really?
You mean like the day and date thing?
Yeah.
Or do you mean like specifically on the streaming thing, like the streaming service?
Yeah.
So the streamer launched in May of 2020. The day and date thing was from Wonder Woman 1984 to the entire 2021 slate, and that was it.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, it helped some movies, hurt others. So
it helped Dune, strangely enough.
It helped Dune, but what it really helped was Mortal Kombat and Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 movies that were viewed the most.
But it didn't help Suicide Squad. It didn't help In the Heights.
Didn't help Space Jam.
That's good. That's fine.
It didn't help The Many Saints in Newark.
No.
And it
Which was like, what a...
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a strange one.
That movie is really, you made that and thinking it was gonna make money. I know Sopranos is popular and all, but like, I don't know.
That movie was like 10, 15 years too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of was boring.
Yeah, it was. Right. Well, with that conclusion, y'all go to the movies. Support movies.
Yeah. Especially the good ones, you know.
Yeah. But honestly, see whatever you want. See whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, as long as it's in a movie theater, I don't care. Even if it's Lilo and Stitch.
No, wait, no, don't watch that. Don't watch that.
Actually, yeah, no, go watch, fuck it, go watch I Know What You Did Last Summer. Apparently that movie blows, but, like, go watch that.
Yeah, go watch that. Go. Don't watch Lilo and Stitch. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad for the economy. That's bad. For,
Go watch Superman again. Go watch Fantastic Four again.
yeah. Go do that actually.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Bye bye. It's been fun,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.